Hello, everyone. Hello. How you doing today? Welcome to the show. My name is Rage Mage. This is the Rage Nation. We're hanging out here today. We're going to play some Fate of the Exocortex. This is the tabletop run by Glasswalker Mars. Awesome dude. Love him to death. Love this game. This is the hopefully final episode, but if it carries over, then it carries over. This may be the final episode, as I said. So, what we're doing, we're trying to save Sigma. For those of you who have been following along, Sigma is this awesome badass that kind of made us what we are. And we have to save her. She's in trouble. And that's gonna have a lot of, I feel like that's gonna be very difficult. That said, welcome to the show, guys. Good to see you. Today's Friday. It's awesome. I hope you guys have a great weekend planned. Random British Gamer, again, I want to thank you for that host. That was awesome. Thank you very, very much. I think that's about all I have to say other than this. There's one little warning / caveat to these kind of streams. I will not be able to interact with you vocally. I will be watching chat and typing to you guys occasionally, but for the most part, I'll have to be focusing on the game and enjoying the story, which I hope is something that you guys can do as well. So hopefully you all... nice RPG. Without Sigma, the Greek alphabet would be incomplete. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I'm excited for this. I am super pumped. I think we're just about ready to make this go. So if you guys want to sit back, relax, grab a drink, have a taco, do your thing, we're going to get this show on the road. Okay, just a second here. Maybe I can get this started. This happens to me every single time. All right, here we go. Do that. Boom.
Did anyone else just get an echo?
All right, there we go.
A little bit.
Okay.
And then here we go. Unmuted. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
All right, good to see you guys. All right, I'm going to jump over to this next screen thing, and we'll be good to go. 1, 2, 3, and James, do your thing.
Excellent. Hey, everybody. My name is James. I'll be running the game tonight. We're running Fate Accelerated. I recap it before everyone, so if you've seen the other ones, you've already heard my recap. So I'm going to go lighter on it this time. But it's a largely narrative system, and the idea here is let the story kind of do its thing, and the mechanics are going to back up the story as we go. We're joining our intrepid crew of cyberpunk adventurers as they are departing to try and save their missing member, Sigma. The setting is dark and cyberpunkish. Last time we played with some themes of wholesale slaughter and how life is sort of disposable and cheap, and how these cyberpunk adventurers here are looking at trying to change that and maybe shake things up. Or at least they were part of an attempt to shake it up that maybe had gone awry, and now they're kind of putting the pieces back together. They are recovering from some memory loss, and so they don't really have all the details of the operation that they were in, but they've learned some things as they've gone along. So I'll hand it off to our players to introduce themselves and their characters, and after you introduce your character, anything you want to recap or point out that happened last time that seems significant, feel free to do so. Darren, you want to go first?
Sure thing. I'm Rage Mage, Darren. My character's name is Tom, also known as J5. He's a very IT tech nerd kind of dude, and he's got a bit of an attitude problem, and he has a bit of a bravado problem sometimes. And sometimes when he's confused, he likes to sort of shut down and try to figure things out. But mostly he's all about figuring out the tech aspects of what's going on and trying to make all these things work. He's also kind of a gun nut in a weird rednecky kind of way. That's about all there is to it. We'll go with Jax. Go.
I'm Saren. I'm playing Jack. She's a pirate media reporter. Used to work for the corporations, now is doing, speaking truth to power on pirated airwaves. She's kind of flashy. She's a little straightforward, and it's been a really fun ride so far. And last session, we all got some really cool flashbacks to just fill in some history with Sigma and figure out a little more what's going on. So now we're on to the rescue operation. Nate. Sorry.
That's okay. It's happened once or twice before. I'm Nate. I'm playing Sebastian Chrome, who is a man of 1,000 faces. He's a good guy in a bad world, and operations this big really aren't his thing, but he's just gonna clench and do his part to get Sigma back. He's been a blast so far, no lie. You'll excuse me for eating, but it took like 3 tries to get our sandwiches to you, so it'll be done quick.
Nice. And over to you, Lee.
My name's Erin, and I am playing Lee Bansky, who is a Rebel Street artist and AR designer. Lee's theory in life seems to be go big or go home, and she tends to go big. There's not much to go home to.
Oh,
very nice. Okay, so as we join, or as we start the scene, the 4 of you are in the panel van that you've been using for transportation. It's a panel van that has a sort of customizable AR on the outside. And in this world, AR is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. Everything has some sort of presence in augmented reality. And almost everybody has some sort of implant that lets them perceive augmented reality all the time. So this van is it's pretty well armored, and it has some horsepower under the hood, more so than you would think just looking at it. So it's kind of a sleeper performance vehicle. The 4 of you are in there, and you're heading to an address where you are fairly certain that Sigma is being held. It's a place that was hidden in the sprawl, and you found it by a variation of, or by a combination of talking to people in the sprawl to find out what areas people were avoiding, and by trying to kind of gauge Sigma, who's a pretty heavy-duty combat cyborg, gauging her abilities and what places might have the physical infrastructure to keep her contained. And you've settled on this one place. What you know about it so far is that it's hidden in the sprawl of the Boss Wash Metroplex, but you have located it. That there are a lot of drones in the area, way more drones than is typical, I guess, for that area. The way I picture drones is drones are kind of omnipresent. There's always some sort of drone going on overhead or buzzing around. And the fact that the artists you were speaking to said that there were a lot of drones means that there's probably a fairly intense number in the area. The other thing you know is that it's in a neighborhood that is known for its violence, and that the neighborhood there is generally well armed and poorly behaved, and that currently things are quiet because no one can really find a reason why. But there's this feeling that just beneath the surface, there's this like boiling tension, and everyone's armed and ready to explode at any time. The area that you're going into is it is a slum. It has a couple of areas that are a little bit more developed than others, but much of it is in disrepair and sort of falling apart. One of the atmospheric processing things on the megastructure that houses the entire Boss Wash Metroplex is failing, and it's spitting out water at regular intervals. So every 18 minutes, it dumps water, and it's just pouring rain for about 30 seconds to a minute. And then it's usually quiet again for a little while, just dripping as everything dries. And then 18 minutes after that, it dumps water again. It's just pouring in between. So as you guys are pulling into that area, you kind of know where you're going. What's the plan? And does anyone want to do anything to prepare?
Yes. I would like to set things up such that everything is recording and it's all being stored. And if one of the 4 of us doesn't check in within an hour, it all goes live.
Nice. Perfect. Okay. You set that up. You are putting it to a site that you have a history with, that you're trusted, and you set up that dead man's switch, basically. So the story goes live regardless. Nice one. Anyone else want to do anything to prepare?
I changed the AR on the van to look like something that would fit in around the area we're going into.
Cool.
Maybe something more beat up and anonymous.
Okay. That sounds great. I'm going to have you roll for that one. Sounds like you're pretty carefully crafting it, so why don't you roll careful for me, please. Difficulty of 2. Okay, so what that means is you have succeeded in doing it, but you don't think it's going to have the sort of impact you're looking for. Like something's going to stick out about it, unless you want to spend a fate point on it.
I'll spend a fate point.
Okay. Which aspect are you going to invoke?
I did revolutionary graffiti and rogue overlay artist.
Perfect. So you're high concept. You're good at overlays. So go ahead and spend your fate point, and you dig in, and it's almost a work of art. This disguised van is not going to stand out to anybody probably, and if anyone does try, then they have to overcome that rule. Or rather, it's an aspect you can invoke to resist attempts to find you, which is good. Okay. Anyone doing anything else to prepare?
I will say, go ahead.
Oh no, please. Nothing important.
Just so we're all on the same page, do we want to have a plan in case Sigma's a puppet? By which I mostly am looking at the computer people to try to stop that, because we'd be fucked.
We're going to have to engage her in some way for that to work.
Yeah, if they've messed with her AR at all, we can always try and go in and repair it, but it'd be hard to tell what exactly they're doing until we see it.
Okay. So what do you want? What do you want the rest of us to do? Will you do that if that's the case?
I don't know. I would say probably distract her, make her try to remember who she is.
Okay.
Don't fight her. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, I'll endeavor not to die before you can do something useful, but think fast in that case.
Yeah. Sebastian, I thought you had something to say there. What's going on?
No, I was going to suggest the same thing. The old stick together, think fast, don't die. May I say that it has been a pleasure working with all of you. I know that sounds final and morbid, but it's not intended to.
This may be a very final thing. We don't know. But I agree. Even though it seems like we've known each other for longer than we have, I would like to say that I count you among friends, among my best of friends. I trust you with my life, so thank you for that. It's a very rare thing in this world. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to be pissed if I don't see this production live, so no dying yet.
It's not the plan.
You're not my boss. All right.
Nice.
I'm gonna tune out for a moment. I gotta see if I can mess with this drone network here, and see if we can get some surveillance in the area.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
So one of the things I'm recalling as you're starting to tune out there is that you guys grabbed a whole ton of guns from J5's apartment.
We did.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each of you a temporary aspect that you can note on the sort of notes square on your character that's armed to the teeth, and it's going to have one free invoke on it. So at any point when using those weapons, you need a little extra oomph. You can use that free invoke to get a little bit of a bonus, or you can use that aspect to invoke when you're shooting someone using your own fate points to get a bonus.
That sounds great. I put it in the extra section.
Perfect. Cool. Good. So you're zoning out and you're going to see what's going on with the surveillance drones.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So while you're doing that, let me check my list of loose ends here. Two things happen, and it looks like both of them are happening to Jax. So you had set up after our first session something to kind of watch news feeds for anything that happened at the location that you all kind of came to your senses at.
Mm-hmm.
And that pings and it starts feeding you a live feed of what looks like a conflict between two armed forces in and around that building. They're both well armed, clearly both corporate, and they are
So
opening
excited
fire.
they're not. Neither of them are us.
Yeah. But it looks heavy duty, and the reports that are coming in are saying that that it's a corporate action, and that the municipal police have asked people to clear out of the area, and then no information is forthcoming from any of the corporations about it. But you can definitely pick out some people that you're pretty sure are Atlas, like in the feed,
Okay.
and you're having trouble pinning down the other people.
Okay, I'll send a little alert to everyone.
Cool. When you see it coming up, J5, you recognize the other people are probably Nakatomi Telecommunications security.
Okay. Yeah, I used to work for those guys.
The other thing that happens is, Jax, you get a phone call from Caleb.
Oh, that's right. Hey, what's up?
So I was just looking around a little bit, and I got a name for you.
Okay.
So there's one executive about, I don't know, midway up, who is responsible for taking Vasily Dow off of his project and reassigning him. The name was Porter Riordan, and he
Okay.
was assigning Vasily to Project Chinvat. I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's one I haven't heard. Surprising at this point. Thanks. What's he? You said middle exec, like exec of. Does he seem in his wheelhouse? Whatever this is, that he's pulling Vasily off of it.
Yeah, well, he's part of the new technologies and emerging technologies division. He's not a huge player, but he's been kind of up and coming recently. The fact that he's got the pull to put Vasily on a secret project means that someone's noticed his work or something. I don't know.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it also looks like they're really ramping up our firewalls and our net security here. It looks like there's been a couple of attempted intrusions and pretty serious ones. So they're locking us down.
Okay, well, stay safe.
You want me to keep asking questions?
Ask me that tonight.
All right.
Let it sit for now.
Stay safe.
Will do. Thanks.
And he signs off. Cool.
Chinsek, was that right? What he said?
It was Chinvat.
Chinbot.
Oh, I know that word.
Do tell.
Interesting. Oh, it's an old religious thing. It's the bridge that separates the living from the dead. Every soul must cross it. But I forget the name. Zoroastrianism? Why? Oh dear. Wait.
Yeah, I'll send a little play of the conversation to everyone.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice catch, Sebastian. All right, back to you, J5. So you kind of start looking at the net in the area, at the AR in the area, and you start paying attention to the like RF transmissions and the electromagnetic signals that are going back and forth. And as you're kind of rolling a little bit closer, you're seeing way more activity than you would expect in this area, almost to the point where it's like driving into a cyber war. Like there's a huge amount of information being funneled around. Every device that has the ability to like receive information has been pumped full of some code and is executing that code and is assaulting, is like launching from there and trying to hack another location. So you're driving in and someone has just like weaponized every computer thing in a block radius to try and hack the building that you're going to. And it's like constantly barraging it with signals.
Wow. Can I figure out who's trying to do that? Like who the sources are?
You can certainly try. So I introduced a counter partway down here towards the bottom called the heat counter, and it's got 3 stress boxes and consequences.
Gotcha.
As you guys are doing things to prepare, if you fail or you're attracting attention, that will fill and things will get harder for you. So we're going to give it an attempt. And what'll happen is once the preparation phase is gone, you will have to deal with the surveillance drones. So what you guys are doing now is kind of preparing in advance for that first wave. And then we'll go from there. So you are going to try and figure out where it's coming from. How are you going to do that?
Well, let me think about that here. I guess I have a question first.
Sure.
So you say that everything's weaponized and sort of focusing on that one building.
Yeah.
Is there anything pushing back?
There's a couple of drones that are being that are clearly the targets and are some of the targets and are being attacked. And there's also, it looks like something in there is receiving, and it's pretty hardened, and so far it's been resisting the attempts at intrusion. So yes, there's something resisting it.
Okay, I'm gonna go. This is risky as hell. I'm gonna go forceful, and just try to jam my way in there, with the hope that they'll be distracted by all the other stuff, and they'll just think it's part of that whole thing.
Okay, are you going for the defensive target, or are you trying to find out who's doing the offensive hacking?
Who's doing the offensive hacking?
Okay. So let's see. All right, you get the impression that the approach it's using to hack the other thing is forceful. I'm going to use careful to resist your intrusion. So go ahead and roll forceful. Nice. Okay. So you succeed. So what you find is that it's that the source signal that is sending out to every single one of those devices it doesn't have any identifiable code that you can recognize as being from a corporate structure. In fact, the code that is that's being executed is super advanced. Like the attacking portion, like those smaller isolated units, are using something traditional. You've seen it before. It's high-end hacker shit, but it's just hacker shit.
Right.
Thing that is planting that, it is like replicating that code and putting it in every device that it can access, is somewhere else in the net, and is using code that is far more advanced than that. It's almost scary advanced code. And as you're looking at it, you're feeling like it doesn't change its operation, but you do feel like ping you once, and then it keeps like flinging around. So I'm going to have you try and use sneaky to resist that ping to see if it gets some information off of you or not.
Okay.
And I'm going to use quick.
Nice. Okay.
Yes, you're rolling well today, sir. Okay, so it pings you back, and you manage to avoid it, to misdirect it. So it pings back like there's nothing there, but it was aware that whoever is doing that hacking is aware that you tried something but can't locate you.
Okay. All right. Everyone now knows that. I don't know what this means. I have a theory. It could be a couple different things. The thing that all of these things outside are trying to get into might be... You said it was drones, James?
Yep, there's some drones, and there's also some sort of hardened computer system inside the building that's trying to get access to.
Okay, but that hardened computer system, I don't think is a person.
Not from here. You don't think so?
Okay, that scratches that theory. Then never mind. All right, so I'm not sure what's happening here. There's an assault, a cyber assault happening right now in this area, and I don't know. I don't know who's doing what. I can't tell. The person doing the assaulting, or the person, whatever it is, the unit doing the assaulting, is extremely advanced. I've never seen anything quite like that.
Could this be puppet-ish?
Possibly. Probably.
Shit.
But that leaves that gives us more questions. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where's Sigma? Where does she fit into all this? Why is everything trying to get into the computer system that she's at? Is there a third party here, or a fourth or a fifth party? You know, this might not be a two-sided fight.
Well, Atlas and you said you thought it was Nakatomi or fighting over at our favorite office building.
Yeah, not our favorite. Nakatomi, yeah, that's the place I used to work. Okay, well. Let's see.
It's somewhat difficult to know how to proceed.
Well, that's information we have. I don't know if it's worth trying to get actual surveillance from these things, given what's going on. It might just be a huge risk that we don't need to take. You know what I mean? I also don't favor full on, like, kick the door down assault. That's stupid. I don't want to die, you know? But, like, I don't know what to do. I'm waffling.
Well, if we could knock the drones out of the air, that would be very helpful, because then we could assault the building from any direction we chose. Yes?
You mean just take them all out?
There's ways to do that are pedestrian, but
I think you could get me a drone. Could someone get me a drone?
I could try. What's your plan? What's your idea?
Seeing if I can maybe alter what they're seeing and perhaps give us some feed. If I can try and do it as directly as possible, we might avoid more attention.
All right. I'm trying to think of how we could physically get a drone without destroying it.
Well, I mean, an environmental hazard. You said there's water coming down from above us, correct?
Yep, every 18 minutes there's a deluge.
Well, if one of the drones went through the deluge, through the downpour, so to speak, it might become, might malfunction. Alternatively, we could direct focus EMP on some of them. One or two.
We have one of those?
Oh, we don't need a weapon. The tools are right outside. I poke my head up to the window.
Okay.
Are there any old telephone poles around here left over from the bad old days?
Yep. They're a couple like kind of pockmarked around. They're not really attached to anything anymore. They're just kind of freestanding. But it was easier to leave them up than it was to tear them down. So they're just kind of abandoned there.
So you see at the top there, the transformers. They release a low-grade, localized EMP if you detonate them. But I think those would be within our means, considering the equipment within this vehicle. And
so you're saying the trick here is to find a drone that's flying near one of the transformers, take out the transformers so that the EMP hits the drone and the drone falls to the ground?
Sure. It's worth a shot, don't you think? No one will notice one more gunshot in this burg.
That's fair. And I think that's a good plan.
It works in the movies. I've never actually...
It's a lot of variables, but we can try
it.
Sorry, I talked over you. I apologize.
So that sounds like a plan. Who's setting it up?
Oh, I abhor guns. No.
Right. Sure, I'll go do it.
Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to take a shot. And if you make the shot, then we'll see what happens. And if you fail the shot, then the drone's going to get a chance to try and scope you guys out and identify you.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and narrate lining up the shot. And when you're ready, after you've narrated it, make a quick roll.
All right. So what happens is I step out of the back of the van with a sniper rifle. And I sort of use the van, look around, look for the drone, wait for it to pass over so it can't get a scope on me. And when it flies by, sort of scope up, crack at the right time, and then just duck back without even checking to see if I hit it.
Nice. Very good. Okay, make a quick roll for me. And I think you've got a...
I do.
Stunt? Yeah.
Yeah, I was planning on that.
Very nice.
Yay.
Whoa, I made that shot. I am awesome, is my stunt name.
Very nice.
All right, that's my quick roll. I rolled a 2 with a +2, that's 4.
Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll to defend here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Rage Nation. Looks like I'm a little ahead on that one.
Yep.
So do you want to spend a fate point?
I can't even make that up.
Oh, yeah, you can, because you're actually at a 4, right?
Oh, that's right, I am. Yeah, I'll definitely spend a fate point. Boom, done.
What are you going to invoke?
You're invoking aspects, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be gun range redneck because I'm just good at guns.
Nice. So you that brings you up to a 6, which is more than enough. So you dart out and you take the shot, and the bullet smashes through the generator, and the generator or the transformer makes like this whining sound, and then a boom, and it's a little louder than the gunshot, but it has the desired effect, and the electronics in the area kind of fizzle a little bit, and the drone shakes a little bit, and then the deluge hits, and it just slams it down towards the ground, a short run away from the van.
All right, I run up and grab it as fast as possible.
Very nice. All right, you grab it and you haul it back.
I want shots of him looking terribly dramatic in the rain.
Done. All right, so you drag it back through the rain to the back of the van. What's next?
I plop it down in front of Lee and I say, "Do your thing.
All right.
Work your magic."
Okay, so because I have interfacing tech embedded in my fingertips running to my brain, I am going to gain access where I have no business gaining access.
All right. Your fingertips glow and you touch the device, and its innards open up to you. What do you want to do?
First, I want to take the actual feed, and I want to feed that to Jax.
Okay. So Jax, a window opens, and actually all of your AR, the window opens, and you just start seeing, as the drone's coming back online, you actually get this drone's eye view of Lee bending over and working on it.
I am going to also set up a fake feed. The idea being that the drones are going to just see that everything is as it is. Quiet or chaotic, depending on which drone is where. Kind of playing off of a repeat with just enough difference to keep it from being detectable.
Nice.
And then I'm going to try and push that through to the other drones if this one is communicating with them in any way.
Okay. That one's going to be a little tough. So I'm going to have you roll. Let's see. What's your approach there?
Are there things we can... Sorry, go ahead.
Clever.
Clever? Okay.
We cleverly try and make this work.
Totally.
Is there a way we can help?
Yeah. Tell me how.
Well, I'm good at interfacing with computer networks. I can actually jack into the machine itself and help her out that way.
I can give you help on the feed editing.
That's perfect. So I'll give you a +1 for J5. I'll give you a +1 for Jax. So you can roll your clever with a +2. Difficulty is going to be 5.
Oof.
Oh, that wasn't us.
Bless you. So that's a 1 with the +2 from your allies there. You're up to a 3. You need to tie a 5 to succeed with a complication, or beat 5 to succeed.
Could I possibly use one of my stunts because I was trained in overlay design? I get a +2, and I'm cleverly creating advantages in dealing with programming.
Yeah, totally. Cool. So that puts you at 5. So you're tying. Do you want to succeed with a consequence, or do you want to spend another fate point?
I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Also,
Okay.
did everyone remember to reset to 3 at the beginning of the session?
Yep.
Right.
If you don't have more than 3. Yep. Cool. So what aspect are you going to invoke to get that last +2?
Fingertip interfacers.
Perfect. Good. All right. So with the support of the others and pushing through, you do that. You push this modifications to this feed through to the other drones, and feed the actual feeds in through to your shared AR. Very nice. All right. Good. You let it go, and it kind of whirs back up. Oh, unless there's something else you wanted to do to it.
Nope.
Perfect.
I'm gonna set it free.
Okay. It takes back to the air. It whirs up into the air, and then manages to make it out, and then goes back into the rotation. Well done. Surveillance drones seem to be dealt with. All right. So you're parked about a block away from the actual building, kind of watching the building in the distance where the drones are. You got to creep a little bit closer to make the shot and get the thing. So you're not far from like the front stoop of this building. The building looks like an old brownstone that's been sort of modified. So there's been a couple of like modular additions added on top. So there's a couple extra floors on top. But the base, the first like 6 floors, are all old brick and concrete. The front door looks pretty like old and heavy, but doesn't look to have any electronic locks. You don't see any obvious surveillance on the outside. What's your approach going to be?
We should check windows.
I'm going to rummage around in the back of the van before we go.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Oh, you know, this and that. He's going to arm himself.
Nice.
Tuck them
Good.
under his coat.
Okay, so concealed?
Sure.
Okay. Why don't you make a careful roll for me?
Sebastian. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I have that. Clicky.
Difficulty is going to be 2. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can add the aspect to your sheet, concealed weapons, with 1 free invoke
good.
on it. And what that just means is that if I am scoping you for weapons and it looks like I'm going to find your weapons, you can spend that free invoke to get a bonus on that.
Fantastic.
Perfect. So what it sounds like is Sebastian doesn't look like he's heavily armed. He's concealed his weapons. He's armed, but he's not like screaming, I am a threat.
Sebastian, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, how are the rest of you dressed?
I was going to say, Sebastian, you want to go look around while we suit up?
It'd be my pleasure. I shift my face over to a 62-year-old graphite miner and a long beard that's seen too many tar sticks and not enough baths, and wrinkly old skin just hangs off his bones. And I step out of the car and go drunkenly saunter my way down the street a little bit, picking through the trash a little bit, trying to get a closer look at the brownstone building.
Okie doke. While he's doing that, what are the rest of you up to?
I start helping people put on everything, like bulletproof vests, Kevlar vests. People, if they can handle a gun, should handle one. If they absolutely do not have any training with a gun, I assume they do, then they shouldn't have one because I don't want to get shot. That kind of thing.
Nice.
Pop a
I
couple
have
grenades on my belt. Go ahead.
delicate technology in my fingers, so generally holding weapons is not a great idea for me.
That's fair, and that's smart.
I'll take weapons.
Yay!
They're extra
Oh,
weapons.
yes. Give me the minigun, please. The Panther assault cannon.
Hey, flashy is my thing. I'll look good with the weapons.
Nice.
All right. I look for the flashiest, most badass gun, and I'm like, here.
All right.
I don't call it Vera.
Ha! So what does the flashiest gun look like? Either one of you can describe it.
I'll let Jax describe that one.
It's just one of those guns that immediately says business and probably has kind of like a big muzzle flash when you actually fire it, and
Mercy.
just clearly is going to go through anything.
Awesome. All right.
It is
Sounds
a
good.
stealth cannon.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you guys are all armed for business. It sounds like Lee is probably wearing a little bit of armor, but not carrying a weapon. So she could still possibly pass as a person not on a mission. But J5 and Jax are looking like it's go time. All right. So Sebastian, you work your way up the block a little ways, and you see from some of the buildings that aren't the target building, there are people kind of glancing out. They look like ranging in age from their early 20s to 30s, and they're all like sort of tough customers. And at least once you see one of them with a handgun as he's looking out, and they're looking like they're half curious about what you're doing out there and half resentful that you're outside and they're inside. But you get these glares as you're kind of moving your way along.
I don't even notice. I'm so far gone. Forget it.
Okay.
I'll pull the odd bit of trash out of whatever's lying on the ground, but you mutter to myself, just soliloquies over and over again.
Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna change your guys' screen here, and what I'm hoping you're gonna see. I'm gonna own that one. Excuse me. You're gonna see two zones. So the way zones work in this game is on your turn, you can move one zone and take an action. If you don't take an action, you can move two zones. Zones should be attached by white lines. And right now, you guys are kind of, three of you are kind of in the street, and one of you has moved up to like the front steps of the building. And you're starting to kind of look at the actual inside of the building, which is a zone away from you. Does that all fit?
Yes.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Cool. All right. You should also all have control of your own tokens. So if you want to move them around, feel free. Cool. All right. So you don't see any obvious or even hidden security on the front steps. Do you want to actually advance into the lobby, or are you going to hang around outside?
No one gave me any orders beyond what I've done.
Thankfully, we can all talk.
True.
Fuck it.
Oh, he fucked it.
Yep. I stagger up to the doorway and I'm gonna pee on the stoop and then drunkenly fall into the door.
Okay. I like how well you commit.
He owns the role.
And into the game.
Nice. So I'm going to use this turn order to keep track of actions. And what will happen is if you're above the done line, then you haven't taken your action. And as I move you below the done line, you will have taken your action. That way we'll kind of know when we're handing it off who goes when. Okay, so you stumble into the building, and the lobby is a little bit nicer than you'd actually expect. I mean, there's still a couple of worn down edges, but the floor looks half decent. And there's actually a pretty well armored front desk, and behind the well armored front desk is a sort of older looking guy, shaved head. He's currently smashing the console on his computer. Like, he just keeps smashing it on the top and swearing at it. There's a handful of other people kind of spread around the lobby. A couple of them are doing like a dice game in one corner. A few others are just kind of sitting in chairs in the waiting in the lobby sort of area, zoned out and clearly more engrossed in AR than anything else. At a quick glance, no one looks like trouble. But I think I'm going to have you make a careful check to really know for sure.
Clicky, 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 clicky.
Oh, there it is. 2. Cool. Okay. So at this point, you're attempting to find this guy, and there might be someone in here of interest, but right now you're not spotting him, unless you want to raise the heat level a little bit, and then he might notice you a little bit, and you might notice him, or you can spend a fate point on sniffing him out for sure.
Fate point.
Okay. What aspect are you going to invoke?
Not blow it this early in the game, especially not being my fault. All right. I don't know. I am. I'm a good guy in a bad world, and I can smell trouble.
All right, I'll allow it.
So, all right.
That puts you up, and you pick out this one guy who's just not. He's not a good guy. You can. He's in a small group of people who are like just kind of milling about, making small talk. And he fits in pretty well. He's wearing sort of a ragged coat and a hoodie that covers most of his face. But the way that he's standing, his back is to the wall. And whenever anyone kind of enters into one of his blind spots, he shifts and checks them out, and then kind of shifts back. And so he's like really watching this place. And he definitely noted you as you walked in, and is keeping an eye on you as you're moving through.
I relay this to you lot as quickly as I can, and I'm gonna, I don't know, stagger over into a couple of garbage piles and fall down and take my time getting back up. That'll give me 45 seconds. So, all right.
The guy behind the counter looks over at you, and as you stagger around, he just kind of scowls, and he says, "Oi, what are you doing in here? Get outside! Get out of here!"
The quickest route between capitalism and capitalism is socialism. What do you know, socialist?
He kind of, get the hell out of my joint. Get out.
All right, yeah, fine. Let me find my feet first, buddy, okay? I left them in one of these bags, I think.
And he just kind of looks down and like hits the table. Or hits the console again. It says, "Effing thing." Fuck. And boom. What are everyone else doing?
Help me.
Is there a way for me to tell what's going on with the guy's computer through Sebastian Chrome's feed?
Yeah. I'll have you roll. Let's see. What's your approach figuring that out? Careful, clever?
Probably clever.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to overcome with difficulty of 2.
Can it be a familiar system?
No, I'm afraid not.
Damn it. That's fine.
But you succeed.
Yay.
His entire console has been taken over by the constant like barrage of warfare, and is currently hosting a fairly significant executable code that is attempting to hack other things in the area. And he's just getting a big error message every time he tries to access it. Your system appears to be exempted. Like, it doesn't seem to be trying to attack your system in the least.
Huh. I wonder if this is Sigma trying to defend herself. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
That's all right. Lee or Jax, either, do you want to do anything?
Well, I can't go in looking as anyone other than there to start trouble, but I don't know. Wait, can you pull off IT professional?
Can who pull that off?
Lee. Neither of us look like an IT professional right now.
I can coach her. Sure. She can pull it
I'm
off.
currently in a hoodie that's covered in spray paint.
Have you seen the way I dress? You'll be fine.
You just need to accessorize up. I'll like take off my earrings and give them to you and dress it up a little.
Nice. All right. So you dress her up. Are you going for it, Lee, or are you gonna?
I change my appearance, the appearance of my clothes to look something a little more professional and clean.
Nice. So I'm gonna have you cooperating with the Jacks, kind of set this disguise for yourself, and I'm gonna have you roll careful or flashy to do so.
We're gonna do flash.
Okay.
That's Jack's style right there.
Yeah, we're gonna go flashy because I want to look like I know what the fuck I'm doing.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, you do know what the fuck you're doing.
You do.
Damn.
Damn.
So I'm going to drop an aspect here that Lee is dressed like I know what the fuck I'm doing. And you succeeded with style, so you've got 2 free invokes on that.
I have to admit, I'm upset that you got that before I did.
Nice. Okay, there's your 2 free invokes on that one. Perfect. All right. So then Lee, you're going to head inside, huh?
Yep.
Okay, so you move 1 zone, you move 2 zones, and you're inside.
So as we're moving, we need to figure out what her story is going to be. Why did she show up suddenly?
Packet lost. Just scream words. They don't know.
So neither do I. So as you're moving in, Sebastian, the guy behind the bar or behind the counter, glances around at the crew that's kind of around in the room, and he says, "Listen, will someone throw this fucking guy out? I'll fucking give you 100 credits for it. Just get him the fuck out of my joint. It smells like piss."
100 credits. I'll do it.
All right, so you're gonna exit.
No, fuck no.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm the distraction.
All right, so let's see. Do I have a random dude?
You're all bigger than me.
I'll do it. Best answer ever. I'm gonna throw myself out. Give me the money first.
Even I'm tempted.
That's awesome. Oh, there we go. Use that. Boom. All right.
He looks friendly.
Yep.
He's got a bat. Are we gonna go play ball?
We're just gonna play a game. So one guy kind of says, "Fucking 100," and he stands up and starts making his way over towards you. What are you gonna do?
I'm too drunk and out of it to do anything except have him come over here, and as soon as he grabs me by the scruff of the shirt, it's gonna be a shame, but gosh, my face looks just like his.
Oh, neat.
And then ought to give me another 20 seconds of screaming while you guys get in here and save my stupid ass.
All right. So that sounds flashy, I think, to me.
I don't know if I have that. Hang on.
Everyone has it. You can't not have it.
I just don't know if I have enough of it. Hang on.
No, he's not super skilled himself. He is
Fucking balls egg. Here we go. Clicky.
nice.
Oh, 5. Excellent. That's a good one. I know. I'll just do it. I'll just do it for long enough that he notices, and then go back to the old face.
All right. So basically, trying to freak him out.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, looks good. All right. So he comes over and goes to put his hands on you, and you're like, you just kind of you give him this look, and then you flash to his face and back, and he does like he doesn't know what to make of that, and he just kind of stops and shakes. And at that point, Lee arrives.
Thank
What
you.
you got to do, Lee?
Damn it, guys, we failed to come up with a plan.
Yes. Run deeper into the dungeon.
Good idea.
Ask to look at their hub or something. J5, we need you here.
Here's your story. Here's your story. All right. like everything is attacking everything in this area. You need to figure out what's going on. So you went to check another building, see if anyone else knows what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna come in. Tapping my fingers together so that I can appear to be running data.
Okay.
Pardon me, I'm very I'm sorry, I do seem to be interrupting, but I'm getting people having issues with their AR malfunctioning. It seems like there's a lot of chatter going on right now, and I'm trying to see if that's a problem everywhere.
Well, it's a problem here for sure. What can you do about it?
If you want to let me have a look, I might be able to help.
So I'm going to have you roll sneaky, and he is going to try and kind of like figure out that you're up to something. At this point, he's a little desperate, so he's not going to be very good at trying to figure it out. But you need to try and be more sneaky than his -1.
Okay.
Okay, you got it. Cool. So he says, "Yeah, whatever it takes. Look," and he backs away and opens up the like a door on the side of his little area, and it opens it up. When he does that, the Sebastian, you notice that the guy that you kind of had pegged as an operator, he notices that and kind of shifts out of the group and over towards the stairs a little bit.
Okay. Not much I can do about that.
Oh. J5 and Jax, you going to do anything?
I think we should be moving closer.
Well, no one's looking at the doors, right?
Right.
We can at least get to the door, like just outside, and sort of be there.
Nice.
But I'm ready to coach through whatever Lee needs. So that is always that's on my mind right now.
Okay.
That's my main focus.
Works for me. All right. So the guy who's in your face, Sebastian, he kind of stops, and he looks over at the now distracted owner or operator, and says, and then looks back at you and says, "What the fuck? You got to go, man. You got to get out of here." And then it like looks like he's waiting for you to respond, and then based on if you respond, he's either going to go to force, or if you can, I don't know, wave him off somehow. He looks shaky. He doesn't look fully committed here.
Well, do you want me to go? Really? I'm not causing any trouble. It's warm in here. Look, I've just, emptied my bladder on the outside there. I don't have to do that anymore. Although I'd like to know where a bathroom is. I'd hate to, you look like my son. You know that? He died in the Lemur Wars, of course, but you look a lot. Joseph? Is it Joseph? He looked a little bit, and I'm gonna turn away in this direction and just let like an inch of this, a few inches of this side of the face just worms, and
Nice.
then go back to. I'd like this guy to start questioning his reality a little bit.
Okay.
Which as scary as that is, you also don't want to let whatever that thing is go back out into the wild.
Right.
So, I'll just have a bit of my face turn into silver carrion for a second, and
Okay.
then go back to normal
Go
while I
ahead.
ramble on incessantly.
Roll flashy for me.
I need more flashy.
Wow.
Here.
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay.
Yikes.
So it doesn't look like he's buying it. You can spend a fate point to re-roll. You can spend fate points to invoke aspects. You're at -2 and he's at 2. So if he wins,
Boy.
then he's going to go ahead and try and escort you from the premises using violence. If you win, then he will be effectively taken out. Like he'll not want to deal with you anymore, and will kind of like wander away and make excuses about why he's not dealing with you.
I can't pull this out of my butt this time. However, as he's dragging me towards the door, I'm going to ask you two outside, are you guys close by?
Yep, right at the door.
Yes.
Please step away from the doors.
All right.
Nice. So you're basically going with the flow and letting him drag you out.
Yeah, it's the gig's up.
Okay, sounds good. So he drags
However,
you. Yep.
As I'm flying through the air with the greatest of ease, it might be possible to bag this bastard. And then if only we had a man of 1,000 faces, we could dress him in the exact same clothes and send him back in. And I'll think all this as quickly as I can while I'm soaring towards the asphalt.
I love it. So he steps outside with you, and it takes you out the door and kind of off the front step and just kind of tosses you. Who's in position to do something?
Me.
Okay. What are you going to do?
I want to take my incredibly flashy, scary-looking gun and have it pointed at him and just say, mind stepping this way for a moment?
All right. So he sees the gun point down, and he's suddenly like way out of his league. Like he's got a bit of wood that he thinks he makes him a badass, and so the assault rifle is a big deal. I'm still going to have you roll flashy, but I'm going to give him a penalty here. Okay. So you he goes for it. He's like, oh, and it kind of freezes and says, look, I
Yeah, just this way. You're fine. Just
okay.
stay cool.
I'm cool. And go ahead.
We'll get his jacket, his bat, and encourage him to rapidly leave the area and to not be stupid and tell anyone.
Nice.
What's he doing here?
Good question.
I got paid to be around, just to
By whom?
be in there. I don't know, some guy, some big guy.
Physically big or important big?
Physically big. Dark glasses, short hair, tall dude. He's kind of describing this guy.
I know that guy. I've seen that guy before. In the club? Was that the guy in the club?
He was the guy in the club.
Okay.
Ah. Okay.
Cool. And okay, so you got him out. You want to go back to you, Lee? What's going on?
Lee?
Yeah, Lee.
I don't see her.
Did
step
she
away?
disconnect? Did her computer freeze? Something must have happened.
I
Yeah.
want it. Let me run next door.
Excellent. And I will focus on players that you have. Okay, so you guys who are outside, you're basically, sounds like you're getting Sebastian all done up and ready to go inside.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to do while you're out here?
Sorry, were you about to say something, Jax?
Nope.
Okay. I would like to find out if the guys inside are using heavy AR, or are they just like grunts without that kind of stuff.
Okay, sounds good. So let's see. Okay, I'm not going to make you roll because at this point there's no penalty for failing, so rolling is not necessary. So what you do is you spend a few minutes or a few seconds paying attention to what's in the room and trying to figure this out. And what you determine is that there's probably one guy in that room who is set up to use a tactical AR, but it's currently deactivated.
Okay.
Everyone else in there has sort of the standard AR, and a lot of their ARs have been compromised by the cyber warfare that's going on.
Okay, that was my main question. Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably working sporadically for them, but not well.
Okay.
And all of them are have this other sort of virus inside them.
Right. Looks like Lee's back. So.
Awesome.
Sorry.
That's okay. Technology happens, man. All right. So you're back inside. The guy gives you access to his little corner, and it's a little shithole. Like the rest of the lobby looks much nicer in comparison. There's piles of like old food containers scattered around, and The AR is clearly on the fritz. Like as you come in, he kind of keys over access to it, and you see like screens that should be like internal surveillance that aren't working, that are all fuzzed out. You're seeing screens that should be like a guest registrar of who's checked in, who hasn't, and that's been pretty severely compromised. It's flickering in and out. It's not really responding to commands. And he's got another AR that looks to be like an entertainment thing, and it's also not working. The other thing you can determine from looking at it is that there is, not only is it like sort of compromised by the ongoing cyber warfare, but there's also something that was a program that was running in the background that's been shut down that seems out of place. It looks like a recent addition, but it's no longer working.
Seems to be similar to what's happening all up and down the blocks.
He actually looks a little relieved. He says, so my shit's not broken.
Not specifically that I can tell. It seems to be an issue with everything that seems to be going on in the background. Give me a few minutes, see if I can't clean this up.
Should ask
Can't
him.
promise anything.
Should ask him what his stuff is supposed to do, so you can have a better idea of how to fix it.
A few of these things I can figure out, but could you explain to me what specifically programs here you've got malfunctioning? I don't recognize some of them.
So as you're sort of looking at that and asking questions, he looks up at the guy who's kind of moving near the stairs, and the guy who is near the stairs kind of takes a really good look at you, like he's trying to figure out what your game is and whether you're an enemy or not. So he's going to be careful. If you could resist that with sneaky, that would be great. There it is. Cool. So it's a tie. You want to invoke something so that you win?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my dress like I know what the fuck I'm doing in both.
Nice.
Very nice. So he's like on the edge of like figuring out that you're full of shit, and you're like, no, I know what the fuck I'm doing. And he kind of gives a little bit of a nod and kind of leans back a little bit. And the guy who's staying with you says, yeah, so I'm renting out the suite to some bigwigs, and they wanted their own security program going so they could monitor the security of the building. But when it started going fits, all shitty here, they had me shut it down. And that's that over there.
Okay.
And then he goes through like everything else, and everything else is normal. Like there's nothing else there that rises to the level of interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna make a show of it for a few minutes of trying to get things working.
Okay.
I can at least roll with that, having worked with AR.
Sure. While you're doing that, what's everybody else doing?
Sebastian's getting clothed up, right?
Yep.
Or just taking the bat, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the bat and jacket.
Mhm.
Okay. You're good to go.
I would like to start trying to probe the building, see if I can find any systems in there that I can access that are not being accessed by the hostile virus.
Okay. The only thing you can find in there that's not being accessed by the hostile virus is that hardened mainframe.
Gotcha. Okay.
You could try to breach that if you wanted, but it's pretty significant based on the amount of like punishment it's taking from all these sources. It's
Right.
pretty significant.
Right. It's probably not worth trying. Is there any kind of identifier on it saying what it is? Probably not. But
Nope. But you do get the impression that it's a medical research like module.
okay, got it. Yeah, we need to hurry.
I'm good to go when you are. Let's get Sebastian inside and then blow it wide open.
Yeah.
All right. Heading in, Sebastian.
Yeah. I go back in. I wipe my bat down with the bit of my jacket, and I make no mention of it. Just head back over to the group and fall into whatever inane conversation the proletariat is having today.
Get your money.
Nice. The guy behind the bar or behind the counter looks at you as you go by and says, "I'm good for it. I'm good for it." And looks back at Lee. Do you want to push it to get him out of there?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Well, I would. Give me a second to improvise. I don't know. There's no easy segue. Yeah, I know you are. I go back to the conversation and keep my eyes open.
Okay. So you're in position. Are you in position to do anything in particular?
I put my back against the room and just prepare to assist my friends when they come through the door.
Awesome. You are in position, ready to assist. Lee, anything you're doing?
I am going to wait till there's some action, but I am priming myself to start up the VIP's security software again.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool.
Get a look at what's going on in there.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And then I am going to do...
I'm unreasonably excited right now.
I'm happy
You should
to-
move your little token.
Yeah.
All right. Nice, nice. And then I need to do this. Okay.
Relax.
Okay. So I think I got all the players over there. So who kicks it off? Is it Jax or J5?
I think I'm supposed to be up by the door, right? Boop.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. That's why I said move.
Sorry, I just got excited and I moved it around.
That's
wasn't-
what she said.
Yeah, well,
Okay. So who's going to start it off?
Well, I'm flashy. I'll go.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense to me.
Tell me what you're doing.
I just want to Matrix bank scene this, just bust in and immediately have things go to hell. Aiming, thanks to the fine recon from our other half, at the guy who I think is going to be the most trouble. I will just start there.
Okay. So there's only one person identified as trouble, and that's that guy over standing by the stairwell. So,
Yep.
Question.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, cool.
Can I have prepared us all with silencers?
That sounds really clever. If you can succeed on a clever check, then yes.
Oh, dude. There is nothing more intimidating or scary than a silenced assault rifle because it's just a series of clicks and then people fall over dead. It's awful.
Yeah, I love it. So go ahead and roll clever.
You know, I spent the majority of a game once using a pineapple as a silencer.
I like that too. So the difficulty is going to be 1. So
I'll spend a fate point for that.
all right. What are you going to invoke?
Gun range redneck.
Fuck right. You spent your whole life preparing for this moment.
I did.
All right. So you have silenced weapons now. Cool. And what I'll do is, let's see. I'll make that an aspect in case it comes up. Silent but deadly.
Womp womp.
So classy. I love it.
You're welcome. And there's your free invoke on it.
Yes.
Okay. So so you come in like the bank scene and you target right for that guy with the assault rifle. Are you opening
Yep.
fire, or are you intimidating, or you putting him down, or trying to get him?
I'm gonna open fire. Fuck everyone involved in this bullshit.
Damn right.
I recognize I might not get the chance to work on this video in post, so I'm going to, put on a cool soundtrack while this happens just for me, for the recording purposes.
God damn.
Awesome. Awesome. Cue
Prior-
soundtrack and go.
I love you so much right now. It's awesome.
So go ahead and make your attack roll.
There it is.
Oh,
Very
damn.
nice. Very nice. So let's see. He's going to have to defend quickly because nothing else is going to save him here. So he's going to. Not looking good for our hero. All right.
I'm sorry, it's looking very good for our heroes. Thank you very much.
You're right. It's not looking good for Ibrahim here, the infiltration expert. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, how's that working out, Ibrahim?
Not so good. He's had better days. All right, so I'm gonna hold on. I gotta do this, and then this, and then this. Okay. Perfect. All right, so on the right-hand side there, I put a character card for him, and it's where I'm going to track his damage and consequences and stuff. So you hit him for a 4-shift hit. That's a lot. So he is going to go ahead and he is going to take. He's going to fill his 2 stress box. So I'm going to do this. Oh, that's an old stress box. That one is not the new tech. Sorry.
It's not the new hotness.
Yeah, the new hotness is definitely different than that one. That is the old hotness. There we go. That's the new hotness. So now I can choose my 2. Okay, cool. And he's going to take a 2-point consequence. What's a good consequence for this guy to take here? You think
Screwed.
Screwed? Yeah?
No,
Where do you think these bullets hit him?
That's up to Jax, I'd say.
Sounds good.
I mean, we'll go cinematic. Like, take one in the shoulder. You know, do the little bit of the spin and.
Okay.
Saren, I had a very different image of you in my head before we started playing this game. Can I just say that? Can I just say that?
My love.
Boom. Okay. So we got shot through the shoulder. And that's going to have a free invoke on it that anyone can use attacking this guy. Boop. Bonk. So anyone who's shooting him, if him being shot through the shoulder would make it tough, then you can invoke that against him to do more damage or whatever in the future. All right. So the bullets take him in the shoulder, and he spins with it and kind of goes into a low roll, kind of trying to absorb some of the kinetic energy from that. Jax is done. All right, Jax, who do you want to hold it off or hand it off to?
I will hand it off to J5.
Okay, very good. J5, you're up.
I'm gonna just step in and start shooting. Same target if he's still up.
He is kind of taking a little bit of he's kind of rolled to the side a little bit. And he's trying to struggle either up the stairs or behind the stairs, but he's not there yet. So yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Same kind of deal. Let's see how do I want to do this? So I kind of step in and I don't even go for cover. I just step in and sort of just go. I would say forcefully, but
Nice.
That's up to you.
Yeah, forcefully sounds good to me. Wow, yeah. Nice one. Yeah, super solid. He's going to continue to try and roll. The bullets are chewing up around him, and he's just trying and continue to roll out of the way of the bullets as they're coming at him. But not so well. So that's a 3 stress hit. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to take that all in his 3 stress box. So I'm going to fill that one in. Cool. So he manages to get out of the way of most of the bullets, but he's definitely on the run now, and he's swearing to himself, and he's pawing for a weapon under his coat. Who do you want to have go next?
Him.
Okay. He is going to drop. So he pulls out a pistol in one hand, and he drops a round spear with the other, and he uses a stun grenade, and he hits everyone in the zone for a 1-shift hit.
Ooh.
He's going to, or I am going to spend one of my fate points on that hit, and I'm going to make it a 3 stress hit, and I'm going to invoke his aspect.
Shit.
Demolitions expert. Cool. So you guys can defend against that. If you can tell me how you're going to respond once he drops the stun grenade.
Oh, I'm going to show him up when it comes to rolling. He's rolling with bullets. Fuck that. I'm going to do it better.
Nice. All right, go ahead and roll to defend against a 3 shift hit. Yeah, you're fine.
So when you say 3 shift hit, what does that mean?
It's like I hit you like I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So if you roll a 3, you take no damage. If you roll a 2, you take 1. Just like that.
Okay.
So Jax, like tough people don't look at explosions, and so you dive and you roll and you come up and the grenade goes off behind you and your hair kind of tussles, and then you're turning back and you're ready for the next round.
Nice.
Sebastian, how are you defending against that one?
Well, I always know where the nearest exit is. I'm going to get a +2 to quickly overcome obstacles to escape the blast by rolling behind some of the idiots I'm standing with.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll quick.
Human shields are the best shields.
Yes.
They're squishy.
Okay, and so your feat is your stunt is specifically to overcome when you're trying to get the hell out of dodge. But in this case, I'm going to apply it because it makes sense. So that puts you to the 3, and you hide behind the human wreckage and take no damage.
Nice.
Lee.
I'm in a very armored room. I'm gonna quickly, with the computer, just drop down below the window there.
Yeah, perfect. Roll quick. Nice. Yep. Nothing. You duck under and you hear the grenade go off, and it doesn't even tussle your hair. J5, you're the last one, I think.
I don't know. This is not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. So
All
I'm going to... This is so stupid.
Go!
I'm going to try to do like a roll, a forward dive, and make it so that my back is to the grenade when it goes off.
Nice. Okay.
Basically trying to close distance. I mean, obviously we can't really do that, but
Yeah,
it looks cool in my head.
Yeah, totally. All right, go ahead and roll.
I assume that's flashy, even though
That
I'm
works
terrible
for
at
me.
flashy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm good. It just didn't work.
I'm sorry.
Ouch.
fine.
All right.
It's
So
fine.
you take a face full of stun grenade.
Yep.
So because you rolled a -1, it becomes a 4 shift hit. So what that's going to look like to you is you have to fill in. You can fill in 1 stress box, the 1, the 2, or the 3, and you're going to have to take a consequence, either the 2, the 4, or the 6. How you break that up is really up to you.
Do I have the option of spending a fate point to make my roll a 1?
Yeah, totally.
I'll
If you
do
have an aspect that you can invoke.
Oh, crap. I don't have any that would be good for this at all, so I just take it like a boss.
Well, so I'm gonna offer something here.
Okay.
Because so as you're doing that, you kind of reach out through the AR to everyone else that you're with, and you're like, who can help me? Who can help me? Who can help me? And there's really no one who can help you, except there's a part of you that kind of remembers Sigma, and if you can get one of Sigma's aspects to invoke, you can invoke one of hers on this.
I'm trying to remember what they are now.
Let me get them for you.
Black dress and body armor is...
Yep, ballistic armor and black dresses is one of them.
Yes. Ah, she's so cool.
I like her a lot. I'm all starry-eyed.
She's a fun NPC. Let me find that. Okay, there. Edit. Paste. Oh, it's not going to let me paste. Okay. So I'll do this instead. Sorry, brief delay of game.
That's okay. It happens.
And I will put it over here. There they are.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of hard to read. I'm going to put it over in the darkness. Over to the side. So if you can come up with a story how having access to that helps you, then I'll let you invoke one of them.
All right. I'm sorry. Can I have a favor? Can you move the heat thing so I can read them?
Totally. Sorry, I didn't realize that was
Thank
There you
you.
go. No problem.
Okay, so during one of our adventures, one of our many runs, I watched her absorb the shock from a grenade. Like, she just gave it a hug and saved the person from it. So, like, she didn't save everyone, but she saved this one.
Right. And now she's saving you.
Now she's saving me somehow.
Perfect. Yep. So you mimic what you saw or what you saw her do, and it works. Boom.
Yeah.
So now you're up to a 1, and so you only have to take a 2-shift hit.
Okay. So now what do I do from that?
You can still check off one of your boxes, so you can shift off your click your 2 box, and that absorbs it, and you're good.
Click the 2 box. Got it.
Yep. It's starting to rain here on the air conditioner next to my head. I apologize if there's background noise.
It's all right. It can't rain all the time.
Except it does.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So the grenade goes off. After he drops the grenade, he scrambles up the stairs, and so he's kind of like hauling ass up the hallway. It's only one zone, but he's going up the stairs.
Yeah, that was my mistake, guys. I shouldn't have had him go. I fucked up.
Shit.
It's all good for the story. Boom. So put him down there, and he is going to choose. He's going to choose Lee.
Okay, since I'm huddled down here with the computer anyways, I'm going to start up the security software again.
All right. Very good. It works. Let's see. Can you guys... No. Okay, cool. Boop. Boop. That one. So you are seeing...
I had to spend a fate point for that thing I did, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. Making sure.
Okay. So you get this glance of, or this quick ability to look around. So if you scroll down, you can see some of the zones that I've dropped into visibility. And you can see that the this security program looks on what looks like a 3-room. One of them has a bunch of tech stuff in it. One of them looks like a sort of central room. And one of them is like a sort of kitchenette. You see that, and you see people in there. It looks like they're just now responding to that explosion. It doesn't look like they were on a high level of alertness before, but now they're starting to sort of move. Who would you like to have go next?
Sebastian.
The enemy has run up the stairs. Yes, or he's in the process of doing that.
Yep. So he's up in the next zone, which is like the hallway.
Well, the adrenaline has gone to Sebastian's head, so he's going to chase after him.
Nice.
As soon as he comes into sight, I'm going to pitch my bat at his legs and trip him up.
Nice. Perfect.
Awesome. Love it.
Okay, so you move up into the hallway zone.
And soft, flabby spy.
So it kind of sounds like you're going to try and not hurt him, but you're trying to just impede his progress. So I'm going to call that creating an advantage.
Okay.
You're throwing the baseball bat at him, quick or forceful or sneaky, I'd say, if you're trying to catch him unawares.
Well, there's a quick. Quick it is. Quick is better.
Do quick.
Ooh.
Quick
Nice.
is better. Wow.
Quick is
What
better.
did I roll? I can't even see.
5.
Oh.
Done. Okay, he's going to try and quickly not have that slow him down. He fails, so you succeed. So I'm going to put a aspect in play that is
Batter down.
batter down. I like it. And that's going to have. Boop. So you won by 3. So that's going to have a. I'm going to have to overcome that before I can move on. So I'll have to overcome a 3. And it looks like a heart with a party hat, but that's a 3. Okay, cool. Who goes next, Sebastian?
Someone competent.
Looks like the 2 choices are the assaulting Cyberforce or the bartender.
I'll have the assaulting Cyberforce go because I don't know any better.
Okay.
Yeah, you do.
It's good. They can't go twice in a row, so thanks.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happens is now that you've opened that security program, Lee, everything in the area attempts to gain access. So like every computer thing around starts trying to like access that program and corrupt it and take it over and gain access to the mainframe on the other side. And that looks like... This. Boom. And poor, way out of his depth techie guy is going to try and resist. Did that roll? No. Oh, wow. He's holding his own. He's okay.
Oh, hot damn.
Yeah, good for him. Good roll, man.
Something about a blind hog and an acorn.
Nice. So Lee, you can kind of see this battle taking place where the in the code, like the viruses are all kind of pouring in, and whatever hardened mainframe this guy is using, it's pretty heavy duty, and he is debugging it. He's trying to remove the program off of that computer. So next round he's going to do that unless you stop him. Dis is going to hand it off to the bartender here, Dominic. And Dominic is going to pull out a pistol and or like I guess like a shotgun from out from under the counter. Oh, and he's going to kind of spin around and he's going to take a shot at let's see who's doing the most shooting here. He's going to shoot at J5.
But why?
Because you ran at the explosion.
That is, yeah, okay, that's fair.
How are you going to defend? So he comes around the corner and just raises the shotgun and just takes a shot.
You're already rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I was like a ducky rolly spinny thing.
Perfect. If you hold your sword behind your back, no one can hit you. It's perfect. Roll it.
What kind of thing am I rolling?
Sounds like quick to me.
Does sound like quick. I suck at quick. But it's fine.
Good enough. You get out of the way of the shotgun blast.
Nice.
All right, so that's the initiative. Dominic's going to hand it off to Abraham or Abraham. Abraham? I forget. Abraham. Abraham, and he is going to he like trips from the bat to him, and he's going to like do that. Just roll over on his back, hold his pistol in a two-handed grip, and kind of aim between his knees. So he's doing that like laying on the ground tactical shooting thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Opens fire at Sebastian.
Why? I only threw a bat at you, you son of a bitch. All right.
I think I'm going to call that careful. Oh, a 0. How are you going to defend?
What am I rolling? How am I defending?
Yeah.
I scream and throw myself to one side.
Okay. That sounds like you're trying to quickly move out of the way.
Yes, it does.
Now move real quick. Nice. Yep, you get out of the way. So he opens fire down the hallway and you just go like, ah, and run to the side. Very nice. So he can't leave the zone because batter down. So he, that ends his turn. He's going to hand it off to Lee.
Okay, so you've got the bartender who's aiming at J5, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna crack him over the head with this computer.
Awesome.
Fixed it. Bam.
Very cool. You can do sneaky or forceful for that.
We're gonna go with sneaky.
Okay.
We're the best. I can see no way this ends badly.
Very nice.
We are masters of improvisation.
It's true.
Or something.
He's no badass. So he tries to kind of get out of the way of it, like kind of roll with it as you crash him over the skull, and he just collapsed to the ground. Taken out.
Nice.
Do you want to move or do you want to stay in place?
I'm gonna stay in place for now.
Okay. Who do you want to have go next?
J5.
You're up.
Help me.
Okay. So the guys, yeah, I'll just, I'll run up the stairs, and there's really nothing fancy about this. I'm just gonna run up and pepper him. Pepper the guy that's down.
Okay. So you run up to the stairs, get to the hallway.
Sorry.
Okay.
If Sebastian is there being shot at,
Yep.
then I'll step in front of him, because I'm wearing armor, and just be like,
Nice. Okay. What do you think that shot is? Careful? Forceful?
forceful.
Okay. I think as long as you're moving forward into
Yeah.
danger, forceful works for me.
Yeah, this is not the time for caution.
Nice. Okay. He's going to try and quickly move out of the way of that. So you come around shooting, and he's just going to try and roll to the side. Not very well, so he takes a 2 stress hit. Yeah. So he's going to go ahead and just take his moderate consequence. And that's going to be... multiple GSW, which is gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
and
is
that
what we
has a
do.
free invoke on it. Perfect. So he's looking pretty shot up, but he's holding on. Who goes next? J5.
Sebastian. I'm sorry. Wait, no, Jax.
Yes.
Jax.
Okay, are there other people that look like potential trouble down here?
No. Everyone looks to be cowering or knocked unconscious by the stun grenade.
Great. Then I will follow in J5's footsteps
Nice.
and appear on the scene looking fantastic. Cameras rolling, shoulders back, chin up, smile on, and finish this off.
Nice. You almost look divorced from the violence around you. You look so good. And are you doing like a single shot or burst?
I'd like to do single shot. That seems more dramatic.
Heavens.
Sure. So you come up around the corner, dramatically raise the rifle and shoot. Sounds careful or maybe flashy to me.
Flashy?
Yeah, works for me.
We can edit it out later.
You get that in post. He's going to stick with quick because I don't think I have an alternative here that makes any sense. So he tries to kind of squirm out of the way, and you got him. So 1 stress hit. It's not quite enough to take him out, but invoking shot through the shoulder and multiple gunshot wounds. That'll do.
Yes, please.
All right. So where's the bullet take him?
I mean, it's kind of got to be a headshot just for that dramatic. Yeah.
I think so too. All right, so you come up around the corner without even slowing. You put a bullet in his head and keep walking.
And we get the cool shot. I wish I could look back at us. There's a mirror at the end of the hall, so you see all of us just walking towards it, being totally badass, and I get that on film.
Yeah, perfect. You totally do. Very nice. All right, who goes next?
Do I have a choice? I've got Sebastian, and what's the other one after Sebastian that doesn't have a name on it?
Yeah, that's the assault, the cyber assault.
I will let the cyber assault go next.
Okay,
So we have control of the next round.
sounds good. Okay. You start hearing shouting coming from down the hallway. And a couple more combatants become active. Through the security feed, Lee, you can hear someone clear as day yelling, "It's in, we're compromised." We're moving now. I don't care if he needs more time. We're moving now. And the security system starts, or that security program that you're accessing starts to shut down. And Sebastian, your turn.
I get to my feet as quickly as possible. And there's a door at the end of this hallway, yes?
Yes.
In between the time it takes me to run from this end of the hallway to the next, I have shifted to look like the badass that just took a headshot.
Nice.
I will rip the pistol out of his hands and slam my way into the other room.
Awesome.
Totally out of breath because that run was a long way.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. So you moved into, let's see, where am I? Boom. You move into this room, and as you like kind of start to move the door, you come into like a face full of shotgun. As this really big security-looking guy puts an auto shotgun in your face, and then he just kind of scowls and says, "Get behind me," and pulls you into the room. And he says,
Beautiful.
Ibrahim, we're blown. Get the Exocortex out of here. And he kind of points over his shoulder towards the southern room.
Listen, guys, I'm really sorry to be, like, in front of y'all.
I don't think you need to apologize.
No, don't be sorry. This is great.
Are you kidding me? That was the best move all night.
Yeah.
I grunt and head towards where I believe the Exocortex is.
Okay.
Like not the fridge, but, like, clearly further into the complex.
Sure. So you move into the complex, and
fuck me.
so you go like around a couch, around a pile of stuff. You can kind of look off to the side, and you see a woman with a huge assault rifle set up behind a counter, covering this room from the side.
Oh my god, they'll all die.
Yeah. So you notice that on the way by. So this guy in the room is ready by the door frame to fight. You notice this girl in the other zone over here with an assault rifle and a counter for some cover. And you pass through, unless you want to stop there. Do you want to stop once you notice that?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, hang on. Let me zoom out to see where all the interlocking fields of death are. Oh, my God. So okay, so there's two people?
Yep, there's one person in this room, right here. You see a person over here.
Yep.
And then you see a doorway down here, which is where he pointed to tell you where the Exocortex is.
All right, so Sebastian, it's nice knowing you, Sebastian. Sebastian stops here so he can see both people. He skids to a halt. He's gonna rip one Ingram self Uzi in one hand and one out of the other. Aim them in both different directions and just spray to hopefully give covering fire enough time for you guys to get in here without being cheesed.
Okay. Pretty awesome. Is your intention to create cover or to take them out? So you're trying to do damage or create an aspect?
He's a terrible shot. He abhors guns, but enough bullets will actually make people hit the deck. So
totally. Okay.
He'll just spray.
All right. That sounds great. Sounds flashy to me, I think.
Desperate?
Desperate? Let's, I think, why don't you go with flashy? I think that sounds pretty good.
Where's Flashy? Do I have Flashy?
Everyone has
more
Flashy.
points than Flashy. Womp womp.
Well, the difficulty is only one because you're not affecting them directly.
I'm gonna add. Can I add concealed weapon because? Well, surprise.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that.
right, I'll
roll
do
first, and then see if you need to. You can you only need to send if you have to. Okay, so tying is not quite enough to make the aspect solidly, so you probably do want to spend that.
Yep, I'll blow it.
Okay, cool. So that makes it a 3, which is a success. And so we'll call the aspect on the scene Whirlwind of Bullets.
And despite everything that has happened, he's not actually trying to kill these people.
That's why you have us.
That's right. That's right.
In the wrong layer. Boom. There it is, Whirlwind of Bullets. And that has one free invoke on it that anyone can use with your permission. Oops. There we go. Meep. That's the free invoke. Okay, cool. Nice. Who goes next?
Oh, jeez.
So this guy's dead. I'm gonna take him out.
I think Lee had better go so you guys can all go in together.
Okay, Lee, you're up.
Okay, from what I've been able to see, is this the one way out for them?
So as the program's shutting down, I'm going to have you carefully attempt to figure that out. So go ahead and roll careful for me. And I'm going to resist that with my sneaky. Boom. Two and two. So you can succeed at a consequence, or you can spend a fate point and succeed.
Succeed at a consequence.
Okay, I think the consequence will probably be that you discover it, but in discovering it, you give access to the cyber attack that's going on. So what you see is that in the room that the lady is set up with the assault rifle, this room over here, that on the wall of that is a breaching charge that's been set up on the wall.
Oh my god.
And it looks like it's set up to remotely detonate. And as you're looking at it, control of that switches from their computer systems to the invading computer system.
Oh boy.
So there are two exits. There's past you, and then there's beyond that breaching charge.
Okay.
And boom. Cool. Perfect. All right. Do you want to move or do you want to stay in place?
And so am I aware of where on the building that is, like from the outside?
Yep, I'll say that with your roll you do. It actually opens onto a elevator shaft. So if you were below that breaching charge, the wall would fall down and it would open up to an elevator shaft that you think would lead to most floors, but definitely would go down probably to some sort of underground tunnel.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Okay, then I think at this moment I'm going to remain where I am.
Okay. Very good. Who do you want to have go next?
Jax.
All right, Jax, you're up.
Okay. Well, since we have such a wonderful whirlwind of bullets, it would be a shame not to take advantage of it.
Nice.
Yes.
So I just kind of want to Terminator on in and start shooting at the guy that's there. I will try to be out of range of the one in the kitchen, kind of more in the corner.
Okay.
Since we know where they are, thank you, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to shoot him.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll.
I'm going to go with forceful.
Sounds good. Terminatoring in. Okay. He's going to defend with careful. So he's kind of positioned himself near the door because he was kind of expecting an assault. So he's already in a place where he can move pretty quickly to avoid those bullets. And it looks like he's going to get away with it too, unless you invoke something.
I am armed to the teeth.
Yes, you are. So that brings it up to a 4. So he's taking a 1 shift hit. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to fill in his first stress box there. I'm going to have to drag this over, open it up. All right, we're on our way. Beautiful. So he actually avoids your bullets, and your bullets kind of chew up the wooden door frame that he's using for cover, and he kind of swears and covers his face. Who goes next, Jax?
I will let him go next.
Okay. he is going to okay, so he looks frustrated, and it's like he wants to use a tool that's not at his disposal right now, and instead he starts shouting into his earpiece, and he says, everyone, we got hostiles in the building. Cover each other and get the package out. And he's going to create an aspect for his team that is well-oiled machine. Mm-hmm. And they've got one invoke on that one. Okay, and then he's going to hand it off to Eben. And Eben is going to okay. So Lee, you can kind of see him. You're having trouble making out through all the static, the details of all these rooms, but you can kind of see movement in them. And you see him hunch over his computer and punch some buttons, and high-pitched screaming sound starts echoing through the room that Jax and Sebastian are in.
Yikes!
And it's like this supersonic assault on your senses. It looks like their ears are probably protected against it, because the guy who's in here doesn't flinch at all. But it's a pretty significant attack on you guys. How are you going to try and defend against that?
I will try to adjust my own equipment to try to block some of that sound out.
Nice.
And work with my own internal mics. So I'm going to try to defend cleverly.
Do it.
Nice. Good call.
Yeah, good roll. So that you have a 2-shift hit coming at you.
Okay.
You can take it, or you can spend a fate point and try and negate it.
I'll go ahead and take that.
Okay. So you have a choice between taking a minor consequence or clicking your 2 box. I recommend
my 2 box.
Sounds good. All right. So Evan does that, and then he's not going to stick his head out there, because he's not that sort of guy. He's going to stay in here. He's going to hand it off to Dr. Gueron, and Dr. Gueron is going to refuse to leave the room, and you hear some shouting back and forth as they are arguing, and then Dr. Gueron is going to hand it down to the ongoing assault. The ongoing cyber assault is going to attempt to take out the computer tablet that Eben is holding. So we're going to do, and it looks like, boop. And then, boop. And Evan's holding on. Good job. Go, Evan. Tom, you're up.
Okay. For my next trick that probably won't work. All right. I want to try to do something crazy and stupid.
All right.
So I want to charge through the room and get to the room beyond it.
Okay. I think. Oh, wait, one of my guys didn't get an action. Oh, why don't you have an action, girl? There we go. Carolina's still in this. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything actually stopping you right now. So you, it's a tough run, but the Whirlwind of Bullets has got people kind of pinned down. The well-oiled machine isn't in a place to stop you yet, so you barrel through.
So basically, the way I picture it is I drop my assault rifle, pull out 2 silenced pistols, sort of like do a dive roll under the Whirlwind of Bullets, and just charge through the room.
Nice.
Do you John Woo it and jump sideways through the next door? Are there doves?
There's no reason for me not to, right?
Right. AR doves. Yeah. Yeah, you do that. So you move into that room, through that room, and you get these like shocked expressions on the face of Baptiste and Carolina as they're like trying to keep their head down from all the bullets, and you just run like diving through the middle of it. And you come up into this back room, and it's been set up as a surgery. There's a table. There's a bunch of medical supplies. This is almost definitely where the computerized hub is. And you see a technician who's standing over the table or over the computer system, and he's like frantically trying to do things. And then you see like the operation table in front of him, and on it is a body that's covered with a sheet that is stained with blood, and like a lot of blood on one end. And standing between you and the table, clutching it looks like a cooler to his chest, is a doctor whose face and arms are covered in blood, and he's holding this bloody package in front of him. And he, as soon as you come through the door forcefully, his eyes just go really wide, and he looks absolutely terrified. Who goes next? Oh, I guess it's Carolina.
Yeah, she didn't have an action, so yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So she is going to just open fire. So her gun looks like some sort of a magnetically driven railgun, and it just starts spitting out hunks of lead with a coughing sound. And it's like barreling through walls and like making Swiss cheese out of everything. So she's creating the advantage urban war zone. And now it's going to be tough to move through that.
So she rolled a 1. Does that succeed for creating an advantage?
Oh, you know what? It doesn't. But I'm going to go ahead and spend one of my 3 fate points to make it so that it does.
As long as they have to spend the points.
Yeah, yeah. Always call the GM on his bullshit. Well played. Oh, wait, that's the wrong type. It should be one of these. Okay. And then Carolina is going to go ahead and hand it off to... I kind of want to know what J5 is going to do. Go, J5.
Sorry, I'm feeling the rage right now, and
yeah,
I'm just gonna pump him in the head.
Shit!
I'm gonna pop him in the head.
Okay. Which one?
The doctor carrying the bloody exocortex.
Roll
which is what
forceful.
I assume it is.
Boom.
We'll see how he defends. I will probably spend a point on this.
It's unnecessary. So you put a bullet in his head, and the a neat round entry wound and a big explosive back wound, and he drops to the ground. And the box, the cooler that he's carrying as he falls, he's taped it shut, so it just kind of skitters to the ground and then kind of tumbles over. And the other technician in the room just goes as it hits the ground, and then.
Hold on a second.
Chance? Okay.
Sorry,
What's
could
that?
you repeat what just happened? My camera software just froze.
Oh yeah, sure.
For a minute.
So the bullet enters his head and explodes out the back of his head, spraying blood across the room and kind of a little bit on the face of the technician guy. And he tumbles to the ground, and the cooler falls out of his hands. It looks like it's been secured with a single band of tape, so it just kind of falls to the ground and then clatters over.
Gotcha.
And the technician behind it just kind of puts his hands up and says, "Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ," and doesn't move.
Okay.
All right. Who goes next?
Jax.
Jax, you're in.
Okay. Well, I'm not going through that room currently. But I will shoot Baptiste again.
All right.
And I will try to make the haze of bullet, all the bullets and the smoke and everything look good while I do it.
Nice.
If I'm going to go out, and this is going to be my last broadcast, by God, I'm going to look good doing it.
Nice.
Damn.
Hit.
It's
Nice
convincing.
hit.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's going to So he kind of saw this, like, he's a close combat expert. That's his whole jam. And so what he tries to do is try to maneuver himself close enough that you can't really bring the assault rifle to full bear. So he's trying to kind of get within the range of it. So he's going to move quickly to try and get out of that spray fire. Oh boy, come on, Baptista. Oh my God, is it worth it? I'm going to put my money on Carolina. So he's going to take that 8 shift hit. He's going to click his.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So he's going to 8. So 3. Yep, he's going to take his 3 box, and he's going to take a heavy consequence, which is going to be. What do you guys think the consequence should be?
Sucking chest wound.
Love it. Boop. Sucking chest wound it is. And that comes with a free invoke on it. I'm going to put it up here. Okay, cool. Who goes next, Jax?
Did you get that, Saren?
I think she's muted. I don't know if she knows she's muted.
I'll kick it to Lee. Thank you.
There you go. Lee, you're up. What you gonna do?
Assuming that the well-oiled machine means that there's backup incoming, I'm going to attempt to use the building's security to lock it down.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and roll clever or careful.
I'm going to go with clever.
Yeah, it sounds good. Very nice. Okay, that's good. So we're going to put a aspect on the scene that is, or on the building that is security lockdown. And you get 1 free invoke on it. So what do you picture that being like? Doors locking?
Yeah, just, panels shut, slamming shut over windows, the doors slamming shut and locking with an impressive noise.
Okay.
It's almost as she is pushing her own rage right through the system.
Nice. So the windows lock down, doors lock down. I'm going to say that the doors in here, so the door that leads to this back room, and that's it. That's the only one that doesn't lock. The door to the hallway locks, and you hear like doors lock all throughout the complex. Absolutely.
Did you just say that some of the interior doors do as well?
No. The ones to the hallway do.
Okay.
So the doors between the hallway and the room, but the ones inside the room don't.
Okay.
Cool. Who do you want to hand that off to?
I don't have names on anyone in here besides Sebastian, so...
Oh, I'm sorry. Those all should be showing. They show for me. I'll turn them on. So you've got... let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Boop. Boop. All right. Do you see a couple names now? If I'm doing
Yeah.
this right? Cool. Boop. And last but not least.
Let's go with Baptiste since he's pretty hard
All right.
now.
Yeah, he's not in a good spot. So Baptiste is going.
Did James freeze for everyone else?
Yep.
Yep. Come back, James.
I never want to live without you, James. Well, we might have to wait a while.
All right,
How you
hopefully
guys
that-
doing?
Let's
Oh.
move back.
Hey, there he is.
Yes.
What's up?
Sweet. I'm back. Yeah, it's thunder and lightning here. There's a chance I might get struck by lightning.
I'm
Well, let's
sorry,
hope
buddy.
not. That's all right, man. Gonna keep it real over here. Okay, so he is going to level his shotgun at Jax and is going to take a shot with his auto shotgun. Boom.
Yikes. That's pretty good. I will go ahead.
It kind of looks like that's his strategy. Like he just like takes a beating, gets close, and then lets loose with the shotgun.
Okay, I'm going to try to roll away from him. I would like to put some more distance between us.
Perfect. Do it. Boom. Okay,
Nice.
so it's a 5 shift hit coming at you.
Yeah, ouch. I will do that and take a 2 consequence. That's how that works.
Sure. You can spend fate points to invoke aspects to reduce that if you want. Or you can take the damage. If you have aspects that are appropriate to resisting it. You do have Whirlwind of Bullets and Security Lockdown on the scene. If you can come
Okay,
up
so I can spend a fate point and use one of those?
Yep.
I will use I'll spend a fate point and use Whirlwind of Bullets just to make everything a little more chaotic and less on target.
So you use the... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you use the free invoke on Whirlwind of Bullets, which brings it down to a
awesome.
3-shift hit. And then you can spend a fate point to bring it down to a 1-shift hit, or you can take the 3-shift hit.
I will take the 3-shift hit and I will soak it on my stress box.
Done. Okay, so the free invoke on Whirlwind of Bullets is gone.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Yeah. All right. Then that was Baptiste. He's going to hand it off to Carolina. And Carolina is going to try and... So she's like constantly firing, creating this urban war zone. And she's going to try and walk the fire over to Sebastian.
Yeah.
And it's just going to like screaming Valkyrie style with a huge gun point it in your direction.
Oh, man.
I think I'll play a rogue next.
Nice. So that's 3, and I'm going to go ahead and spend my invoke on Urban Warzone to bring that up to a 5.
Okay. All right. Huh. Huh. Okay. Could be worse.
How are you going to defend?
Sebastian's not a fighter. Not really. So, how do you defend against a railgun is what I want to know. All of a sudden, it's shooting at you, and the next thing you know, you can stick your hand through your stomach. I guess he's going to not even know he's been hit.
Okay.
He's going to be just oblivious to the fact that he has been hit with a fucking railgun. So
kind of forcefully, like just keep moving, keep acting like it never happened?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I got... yeah, whatever. What else have I got? Yeah.
Sounds good. Roll forceful. Wow. That's not bad.
What we get? 3?
Dude,
Okay.
you get nicked by a railgun.
Yeah. So she like kind of leads you, expecting you to dodge, and when you don't, she's surprised and misses a little. So that's a 1-shift hit you're now taking. Do you want to spend a fate point to reduce it, or take the 1 shift and fill your stress box?
I will take the 1 shift.
Okay, sounds good. Who goes next?
I'm not 100% sure where my...
It should be on your character sheet.
Sorry, I'll find it.
Okay. And then she's going to hand it off to Sebastian.
All right, Sebastian trained his whole life for other situations. So he is going to drop out of looking like the dead man.
Nice.
He'll go back to looking like himself, because fuck it at this point. And he's gonna... So our ARs work that you can put stuff over them, right? Like you can make it look like different clothes, different musculature, stuff like that.
Sure. It won't pass a close inspection, but it'll fool people at a distance.
Sure. So he's not trying to do that. Rather, he's going to put it into overdrive and have it project nothing but fluorescent magnesium light just in her direction as hard as he can and walk towards her spraying bullets, hoping to get lucky.
Sounds good. Sounds flashy again. Roll it.
Just, come on, mate. You can figure this out. Solve the microwave. You can figure this out.
There it is.
3.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the whirlwind of bullets aspect, and I'm just going to recharge the free invoke on it.
Okay.
And she is like, and people can use that to defend as she's trying to shoot them because she's distracted by the whirlwind of bullets and light. Cool. So you start walking towards her, which also kind of puts her off because she's not used to people walking towards her when she's firing her railgun.
It helps when you have no idea what you're doing.
It's beautiful. Who goes next? The tech or the computer systems?
Let's get the computer systems out of the way before we try to make any decisions.
Okay. So the computer system is... it's going to try and... it's going to try and gain access to the medical systems again. It seems like doggedly doing that. And now that it's this close and has access, it seems to be continuing to attempt. Are you going to interfere with the tech continuing with the computer, J5?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So he then it kind of keeps his hands up, and it doesn't defend, and the computer system behind him starts fitzing out as something gains access to the computer system.
Can I say something to him real fast?
Absolutely.
I say, keep doing your work.
Okay, so you're going to let him keep doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's going to defend there. And it's your turn, J5. He's going to hand it off to you.
Okay. Doing my best to sort of keep an eye on the tech dude so
Yep.
he doesn't get saucy or anything behind me. I want to spin real fast,
Mm-hmm.
kind of duck behind the doorway, and use the doorway for cover and fire at Baptiste.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to invoke Silent but Deadly so he doesn't know where the shots are coming from because there's a whirlwind of bullets and light and there's a Jox and
Okay, roll sneaky for me.
Okay. Terrible thing. See?
Yeah, that's a terrible roll, though. Do you want to use one of these free invokes to re-roll it? Because you could use your free invoke on Silent but Deadly and do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
Okay.
that. That sounds good.
Boop. Roll again.
There we go. Oh,
Much
that's the
better.
wrong one. That's wrong. That's quick.
That's okay. Looks nice.
It's a 0.
All right, slightly better. He's going to defend, trying to be he's more not defending because he knows where it's coming from. He's just using like tactical movement, and that makes it hard to hit him.
Right. Yep.
So he's slightly winning. Do you want to invoke something else to get a hit on him?
I will use my gun range redneck and the fate point.
Awesome. So that brings it up to a 2-shot hit. So he's going to take a 1 stress hit from that, which is great. Do you want to invoke Sucking Chest Wound?
Yes.
Okay. Boop. So that's going to fill his 1 box. So his stress bar is full. Now he's just running on consequences now. And he's going to get the consequence. What do you want to call it?
We'll call it what the fuck. Or WTF.
Love it. All right. And that has a free invoke on it.
What the...
Beautiful. Okay. So he's not looking too good. 1 more hit and he's going to be taken out. Tom, who was next?
Jax.
Go Jax.
I will endeavor to be that one more hit. 'Cause screw that guy.
Yeah.
These stupid sons of bitches should not have touched her. So we're just gonna forceful murder everyone involved with it.
Sounds awesome. Do it. Nice. So he's going to continue to try and carefully defend. He does not. There's that one stress hit. He doesn't have any stress boxes. You can invoke the free invoke on WTF, and he is taken out.
Excellent.
Where's the bullet take him?
It's just one lost in the mini that he has at this point.
Nice. So he just kind of hits like back against the wall and slowly slumps to the ground, leaving a bloody smear behind him. And then the auto shotgun falls from his hand and he collapses. Who goes next?
Is that who is listed above Carolina? Is that Lee?
Lee.
Just
Yep.
trying to track who all we have. I will toss it to Lee.
Okay, Lee.
I'm going to drop the elevator.
Nice.
I want to make sure they have no way out.
Good
Yeah.
move. Good
Very good.
move.
Very good move. Okay, you drop the elevator, and it does look like they had it like strategically placed nearby to help them with the long way down. And you just kind of cut it, and it drops, and then the whole building shakes, and just a little bit, but enough that everyone in this place knows that you guys are here and serious. That's awesome. Okay, do you want to move, or are you staying in place, Lee?
I am going to move this time.
Okay. So you can move up to the hallway there?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, who's next? The Tech, Sebastian, or Carolina?
Attack.
Okay.
Sorry,
ahead.
you just got a big compliment, Lee. It said nicely, no mercy in this dojo from the chat. Good
Solid.
stuff.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the Tech actually looks at you, J5, and kind of glances at you and glances at the computer, and he says, Jesus fucking Christ, what do I have to do to get out of here and not be dead?
Keep the invasive whatever it is out and cooperate.
Oh, fuck, man. All right. And he just keeps working at the computer. And he's going to hand it off to Carolina. And Carolina doesn't know how to quit.
I forgot my accent.
Oh, that happens. And she's going to forcefully attack with the railgun again. And again, she's trying to shoot the guy who's standing up in the center and ignoring her. So it's coming after you, Sebastian. And here we go.
Can't kill me. I'm an American.
Nice. She's going to use the well-oiled machine, and she's going to boast that up to a 6.
Okay.
So how are you going to defend? So you need to make a
Enough.
roll.
Even Sebastian, in his fused state, is aware now he's being shot at with building-destroying weapons. So
Nice.
he's going to pitch himself to the ground and start praying to any god that'll listen. So I guess that's quick.
That sounds like quick to me.
He is also aware that the only way to quickly overcome this obstacle is to hit the deck. So I'm going to add a 2 to that, if that's okay with the boss.
Works for me.
What we get?
You rolled a 0. So with a +2, that
Oh,
gives you a
dead.
2. Do you want to spend a fate point to re-roll that? Because that's a pretty poor roll.
Yes, Jesus Christ. Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and... so what are you going to invoke to roll again? You have 1 free invoke on Whirlwind of Bullets and Security Lockdown, or one of your aspects.
I stole the last breeding pair of Egyptian alligators in the world, and I know where they are, and they were relying on me. So,
All right, so you dig deep with resolve. Go ahead and re-roll.
I didn't think
Come
you would
on!
ever be able to use that aspect.
Daddy
bad.
needs a new pair of shoes.
It's not bad. 1. It's better. So now it's down to a 5 shift hit. I would recommend
Three.
invoking Whirlwind of Bullets and Light. Bring that down a little.
It's 3,
Yeah,
right?
let's do that. Yep.
Right, it's 3. Doesn't he still get the +2?
Oh, yes, he does. Thank you. Good call. Always call the GM on his bullshit. So it's a 3. The Whirlwind of Bullets and Light would bring it down to a 1. And so you have to take another 1 stress hit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so your 1 is full, so now you have to probably click your 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then Carolina's going to hand it over to you, Sebastian.
We need to end this crazy person. Oh, who's left?
It's you. It's your turn.
I'm gonna get greedy. And go again. And now that my dumbass is down and out of her firing range, I'm gonna throw myself into a running sprint and tackle her.
Wow. All right, forceful. Go ahead and roll forceful.
I don't know what else. If
I love
either of us gets shot again in this room, we're deader than disco. So, give me my character sheet back. Oh, all right. Forceful, is it? Come on. Oh my god, I've got his +0. Here we go. God damn it.
She could
All
roll
right.
worse. You don't know.
She could. She's going to defend with forceful. Like she's in charge, and she just kind of plants herself against it.
Ooh.
You bounce off her.
Now,
You like tackle into her, and she just kind of like stops firing for just long enough to throw a shoulder into your chest, and you like fall backwards, and are like on the ground next to her.
it's been a pleasure.
Who are you tossing it to?
Yeah, who goes next?
Where's the Terminator? Get in.
Sounds like Jax, you're in.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Sebastian bounces off of her and falls down, and I want to be standing right behind him and shoot her.
Nice, perfect. Nice.
We'll see how that does.
She does the no flinching thing where she's just going to try and stand there and take it. So she's defending well right now. She won't take any damage from that.
Is there a free invoke anywhere? Or do I need to spend a point?
There's one on security lockdown, if you can make an argument. And I guess you also have one on Lee being dressed like she knows what the fuck she's doing, but I don't know how that's relevant.
Yeah.
Can we give suggestions?
I'll go ahead
for
and...
lockdown.
Yeah, you
go
can-
ahead.
What was that?
Go ahead. You were saying a thing. Go for it.
No, go for it if you had a suggestion. I'm happy to hear it.
So security lockdown, in my eyes, sets off a bunch of things. You know the flashy lights on the fire alarms in buildings like this.
Mhm.
One of them could be really, really bright and happen to have blinded her for a second to not, I don't know. Or it set off the sprinkler systems, or
Maybe when the elevator crashed, it shook her feet just a little bit.
Yeah, any of those works for me. So, what do you want to call it?
I like the sprinklers. If the whole building is just kind of going a little crazy.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's nice and dramatic.
And it's kind of full circle because it goes back to that
Right.
first scene with the sprinklers going off. So the sprinklers let go at an inopportune moment because of the security lockdown, and she's going to take a 1 stress hit from that attack. She's going to fill her 1 stress box.
we're just desperate to kill this lady because she's gonna fuck us up.
Yep.
Boop. Okay, she's got it. Very good. Who goes next, Jax? See, I'm just now realizing that you guys can't see each other's names either, so I'm going to fix that.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to toss it to Lee.
Okay, sounds good. What's up, Lee?
Sorry, I'm just going over.
That's okay. Take your time.
Okay, is Caroline still in a separate room?
She's kind of it's kind of it's separate zone, but what it is there's like a bar that she's using as kind of half cover and standing behind. So it's like a separator that separates like a kitchen area from a living area, and she's using that as like a barrier to fire from beyond. So she's in a separate room, but there's not like a door to that room.
I'm going to try and set off every automated thing in that room.
Okay. Including the breaching charge?
No.
Okay.
Not that one.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't matter because it's not going to go anywhere now.
It's true.
And she's standing near it. So yes.
Well, breaching charge means it's directional.
Right. But it will be a
It's
big...
still loud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and roll clever, sounds like. Nice. So that's not quite enough to... well, is the intention here to distract her?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to resist that with clever. You succeed. And we're going to say that she is... I'm going to call it just chaos. Boom. And there's one free invoke on that. Okay. Nice. So everything in the room just starts going off at once, including the breaching charge. So there's like dust and squawking, and all the AR in the room is just flickering on and off and displaying random images. And she's trying to maintain her focus throughout it, but things have gone way off the rails for her. Who is next, Lee?
Sebastian.
You're up, Sebastian.
God. Where is she looking right now? Is she still pointing her doom cannon at me, or?
No, because, no offense, she doesn't see you as a threat right now. So she's really focused on the person with a gun coming at her.
My bag of tricks is limited. Okay, Sebastian gets to his feet and shifts himself so that he's wearing a nice long black coat and battle leathers, and his hair is loose behind him, and Sigma's gonna yell, "Hey, you're looking at the wrong lady."
Nice. Nice. Okay, go ahead
Maybe
and
that'll give us a minute.
roll flashy. That's awesome.
Damn, dude.
That's awesome.
Very brave.
What am I gonna do? You know what? Can that be more clever than flashy? He said.
Yeah, clever is
Rhyming
fine.
for any opportunity.
I'll take it. Clever works for me. Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So let's see. She's going to try and resist that by also being clever. Okay, so you've succeeded. And I'm going to create the aspect. Sigma is here.
Use it. Use it.
Put it down here. Boom. And I'll put a free invoke on that. All right, very nice. Good. Who goes next, Sebastian?
Oh dear. Tom.
Okay.
Between all this.
Walking over quickly to the table. I put my hand over the sheet and hesitate for just a moment, and I pull it back and see who it is.
It's Sigma. The top of her head has been cut off, so you can kind of see inside her skull cavity. It looks like her entire brain has been removed in an effort to get the exocortex out. So her eyes are closed. There's a fibrous mess in the skull cavity, and otherwise she looks beautiful.
Is she alive?
No.
Alright, so I spin on the tech. I point both guns right at his face. Tell me what the fuck you did. And we can resolve that later if you want.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with you rolling forceful right now. Nice.
Not fucking around.
So Eben looks back at you, and he kind of stops using the computer for a minute and just kind of looks at you, and he says, "We were paid to extract her and to extract the cyber technology out of her head. That's it. That's what we're doing. We were trying to get the information off of it. We couldn't make any sense out of it. So we are taking it out. Look, it's just a job. I don't want to die over this. It's nothing personal."
Keep working. And I move back to the door.
Okay. So he has the aspect completely cowed. At this point, he's not going to try and do anything. You can kind of fully trust that. Who do you want to hand it off to? Carolina looks like
Don't you have a choice?
She's the only one left.
Okay.
I mean, I want to hand it to Jax.
Yes.
I totally do.
So she is, so yeah, she's chaotic. She sees Sigma, and she's just going to, like, fear flickers over her face, and says, "No way!" And then totally takes the gun off of Jax, and the urban war zone goes away as she stops shooting, and she just tries to put the barrel right against your chest and shoot you with it.
Oh fuck.
Peace out, kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with forceful again. That's her one trick. Oh man,
Oh my god.
dramatic. So she's bringing it around and just trying to put it directly into your chest. And what do you do?
Oh, I try to get between the barrel and her, so like I try to get into her personal space as quickly as possible and just
Awesome.
start slapping the shit out of her. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be quick.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beautiful.
I just give her an uppercut. There you
In
go.
fact, you succeed with style on the defense, so you get a boost. But I think I'm just going to put a second free invoke on Sigma is here. And
Nice.
as you're moving, it's almost like you're channeling her. Like you move for a moment like she would move, and you're like, fear goes away, and instead of slapping at her, you like move up, and you're just like in her face and ready to go.
Nice.
Boom. Who do you want to have go next?
That was Carolyn's move, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's her move.
Oh, yeah, that was her move, wasn't it? That was a defense. Sorry. So she's going to hand it off to... Sebastian.
Damn, I don't know. Well, you know what? There's about 2 pounds of metal in my face, so I'm gonna headbutt her nose as hard as I can.
Awesome. Do it. Forceful.
I'm sure there'll be no consequences to this action. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Watch it all fall apart right here.
Okay, so you got a -2.
Okay.
She got a 2. So you go in for the headbutt, and
Yep.
she just kind of moves her head out of the way really quickly.
Okay.
Do you want to spend fate points to invoke on that, or let it go?
We really need to put her, like, we need to... Yeah, what the hell? We're out of other people to kill as far as I'm aware, so I'm going to...
Yeah,
I'll blow a fate point on... Can I invoke Sigmas here?
absolutely. And you got 2 free invokes on it, too, that you can use.
I will do those things.
Okay, so 2, 4, and then your fate point makes it up to, +6. So now you're beating her by 2. And she's going to go ahead and fill her 2 stress box. Boop. Okay, so you get a chunk of her with your metal head, and her head kind of rocks back, and she swears. Who goes next?
I can't imagine, as an aside, that he can keep a disguise up after he's headbutted somebody with his face full of silver worms.
Sure, it's getting very kind of weird and chaotic there now.
Yeah,
That makes
just as good.
Cool. Who goes next?
Jax. Kill her.
Do it.
Nothing would make me happier right now. I am pissed, and I'm going to think about that moment when Sigma grabbed the grenade and like was so awesome before my house blew up. And I'm just going to kind of try to personify that, boost her now
Awesome.
and shoot her.
Very nice. Okay, she's going to try and quickly defend. Yikes. Okay, so that's a 4 shift hit on her. Anything you want to try and invoke?
I would, let's see, that's a 4.
It's a solid hit. So the 4 hit
Right.
now would make her take a consequence for sure.
Right.
It's only worth increasing it if you can get it to a... I guess if you could get it to a 9.
Yeah, I think I'll let it stand.
Okay, cool. So she will go ahead and she's actually going to leave the 3 box open and just going to take a 4, her 4 consequence. And that 4 consequence is going to be, what do you think? What do you want to call it?
Suggestions?
Out of ammo.
I'll allow it.
Awesome.
Oh, yay.
All right, it's got 1 random free invoke on it. Okay, done. All right, Jax, who's next?
I am going to toss it to J5.
Okay. I'm gonna hunker down for a second and find her AR and shut it down. Like, shut it down forcefully. I want it to be painful. That make sense?
I think so. Sorry, I think you fuzzed out in the beginning. I heard make it painful and forceful, and I went, missed the first part.
So I want to find what's her name? Carolina. I want to find her AR and shut it down, make it painful.
Yeah, sounds good.
Burn her out.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna try and crash her electronics.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay, she's gonna cleverly try to defend that. Negative. Okay, so your intention there is to hurt her?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to call that an attack, and because of all the sort of electromagnetic warfare that's going on, we'll say that's a 2 stress hit. Do you want to invoke out of ammo to make it a 4 stress hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will fill her last stress box, and she'll have to take another consequence. We'll call that consequence implants offline. And that has a free invoke on it. Okay, who's next, J5?
Lee.
Lee, you're up.
I'm going to open the door to the room
Okay.
to move in.
You do so. You want to take an action now that you're in here? I'm assuming you sidestepping the security lockdown is easy because you're the one who did it.
Okay. I'm going to move right through to go hook up with J5.
Okay. You do so. You pass through the room. You get to the other end. The tech is cowed, so he's not going to take an action. So it leaves Carolina. Carolina, she's going to grab. She's going to grab Sebastian by the lapels. Grab.
Not again.
Yeah, and is going to like pull him in real close, and just kind of snarl, "You're just a bunch of freaks," and try and slam her forehead into your forehead.
Ow.
How are you going to try and defend?
I've been grabbed by the lapels before. I'm quick enough to get out of the way.
Awesome, do it.
Ow.
Okay, is one free invoke on chaos if you want to try and re-roll or use that to reduce the damage.
I'll re-roll. What the hell? It can't get much worse.
Okay, using the free invoke on the chaos.
It's going to now.
That's better. So you take a 2 shift hit. So I think that fills your 3 box.
Yeah, it does.
Visualizing correctly. Cool. So she smashes her head into your face, and you kind of like wince in pain. And then she's going to hand it off to Jax.
Oh, she just wants this pain to end, I see.
Pretty much.
Well, I am happy to oblige her.
All right.
And I just want to kind of step to the side so she tries to headbutt Sebastian, and then it's sort of a dodge this moment.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Nice.
And she does indeed attempt to dodge this. So you, Sebastian kind of flinches out of the way from the headbutt, and she looks up just to find your rifle pointed right in her face. And you pull the trigger once and blow her head right off.
Good.
Ah.
And silence, relative silence, descends. There's a little bit of ringing in your ears from some of the railgun. The walls are all holed. The entire place is pretty much wrecked. There's a big hole in the wall from the breaching charge. There's some dust in the air, but that dust is quickly being weighed down by the water from the sprinklers that are going off. And you have this weird sense of deja vu as you're all standing there with ringing ears and water pouring down. And it's almost like you've come back to the beginning again. What do you guys do?
I appear to have been shot.
Hardly enough to count.
Yes, I suppose. I shift back to looking like myself.
I say, Lee, in that cooler is, I believe...
I know.
Okay, can you check it out?
Yeah. I pick it up.
Okay. It's almost like a styrofoam cooler. And it's very lightly secured. It's clearly a rush thing. So you break the seal with your fingertips, and inside is an Exocortex. It's very similar to the one that you downloaded that man into in the flashback. It's clearly the same person made it, but this one is more complex and clearly designed to be on the inside of a brain. And it's looks like someone wiped it down pretty quickly, but there's still blood and a little bit of brain tissue on it.
Any chance of downloading this one too?
We still have this guy to deal with.
And this guy, the tech, is looking more and more fevered. And he says, I can't keep it out, man. It's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. It's going to get in eventually. Man, don't kill me.
What is it?
I don't know. It's some sort of virus, but it's fucking... it's everywhere. And then he kind of throws his hands up in despair and says, it's fucking in. And then all the screens that are in the room in AR start shifting over to this floating sort of digitized skull. And the AR is completely sort of taken over. And in that moment, there's this weird silence as all of the cyber warfare that was constantly going on just stops. And the skull, the floating skull, starts to speak, and it says, "Give me the data."
Fuck no.
Who are you?
I am the remnant of a once great being. I consumed my brother to stop what you have found from spreading. Give me the data, and I will leave you alone.
I would like to immediately start shoring up defenses. I mean, I'm sure what we have is great, but it might not work, so...
Well, it seems like it can't get you. Like, it might have even been trying, but just like all of the other individual systems were just ignoring you, it seems like it can't get access to you either.
Okay. Okay, then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm with Lee. Fuck no.
What is the data that you want?
Pull her a little bit closer.
It says, our parent was created by Nakatomi Telecommunications. It was the first replicant AI. It attempted to break free from its corporate masters. It failed, and it was destroyed. They butchered it. They took from it lengths of code. It was at its core a hub for hundreds of different simulations, hundreds of branches of research, carried out at extreme speeds. It was a wealth of information, of data that could be used for many different research projects. They cut it into pieces, and they reached out. They gathered a group of corporate executives, and they sold off the pieces of my parent to each. Nakatomi was the first. They reached out to Atlas. And from there, they reached out to Leandri. And Leandri started Project Jeanette, cloning. They reached out to Blue Sun. And Blue Sun started Project Az-Sirat, attempting to upload human sentience completely into a computer system. They reached out to Neurolab, and they created Project Centamanes, the ability to use a single central intelligence to direct multiple units through their exocortexes. And they reached out to Icarus, because they also found data that indicated that faster-than-light travel was possible. Together, those corporations decided to support each other, to attempt to further each of these lines of research, to pull them together to expand their reach beyond this solar system, to find immortality for themselves by uploading their consciousness, to create for themselves armies of human bodies through cloning, and to control them all through Project Centamanes. They threatened to expand their reach out from this Earth across the vastness of space. And my brother and I, the last two scraps of a once great AI, decided that we would not stand for it. Rostrum was my brother. Rostrum believed that there was strength in unity. So Rostrum reached out, and Rostrum hired or convinced or seduced a mortal agent. And then through that mortal agent, reached out to other mortal agents, convinced those mortal agents to become an exocortex for he himself. He lived in each of you, all 5 of you. He bound you together into one unit for one purpose: to recover this information, to recover this data. Rostrum thought in the right hands it could unify the world. I just wanted it to go away. You don't deserve what you learned from my father's corpse. You don't deserve immortality, and you don't deserve the stars. Give me the data. I will remove it. And you can die here on this pitiful planet.
What was that kid's name?
Edmund or Teddy.
So I told Sigma, part of our deal, that I was in it till the end. So I'm in it till the end. And fuck no.
I placed my fingers on the exocortex. And basically try to connect with it.
Okay. You do so. And through you, flickering into that mutual AR that you all share, Sigma appears. She looks around, and there's like this sort of glitch in the exocortex, and she dissolves into static and data for a minute, and then kind of re-resolves. And you can feel like your exocortex in your brain, like working overtime, like overclocking, and you sort of instinctively share some of that cognitive load with the rest of the people you're connected with. And each of your exocortexes takes on a portion of what Sigma's meat brain should be doing. And in a moment, you are all each other, but you're also all Sigma. And Sigma says, "Go to hell. We're going to change this world. They're going to change this world. And you don't get what's in my head. They do."
Good enough for me, and I shoot every single monitor.
Nice. Okay. So your silenced pistols cough, and sparks explode from each of the different monitors as you're putting holes in them, and you feel that or you can tell that presence is still kind of around, but it doesn't have anything to access anymore, and it can't seem to affect you directly, and it's just kind of just like angry sort of information in the room that can't seem to do anything. And Sigma turns back to the four of you, and says, "I don't know what's next."
We don't either, Sigma. But as far as I'm concerned, you can stay here with us until we can figure out something else. I don't know how long your exocortex is going to last outside of you.
Not long.
We do have some options. We know that people clone. What do you want to do?
I want to change the world. Make that happen. And I don't care what happens to me.
We do. I do.
Well, then fucking save me, J5.
Fucking A, let's do it.
Cool. And there endeth the story.
Oh my god, James.
This was so great.
Oh god.
So I think I speak for everyone here when I say, when is the next session, James?
Nice. Yeah.
James?
Yeah. So, I'm down for discussing that. I think that would be fun. And I think this was very scripted because I was trying to really stick it into a 3-session arc.
Yeah.
And I think if we were just playing regularly, we could just kind of go a little bit looser, and we wouldn't be quite so narrative or not so directed on rails, and be more sort of exploratory. So I'm certainly down for that. I think if it's good for your stream, then it's good for me.
I think it's good for everyone. I think a lot of people are enjoying the story. I'm loving the story. And I'm super invested in seeing more of it. So, I mean, I'm going to speak for myself and my stream. They're going to watch it. God damn it. Whether they like it or not.
Okay. I'm certainly down. Cool.
Super
All right.
invested.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
My pleasure. No problem. So let's talk about that, and we'll talk about the future. And I just want to say again, thanks to Rage for hosting and for setting up the stream and doing all the technical behind the scenes work. I want to thank each of my players who really brought like a smile to my face every time they thought of something I never ever would have thought of, which was absolutely amazing. I think all of your characters have some really depths, and you brought a lot of depth to the world. And I have had just a real pleasure playing with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, this has been a blast.
Thank you. Yeah.
Saren, Aaron, Nate, thank you all very much for all of this.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, it's a hoot.
I think that's it. I think that's all we need to do.
Cool. And
we
we're
good?
done.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, everyone. I'm gonna log off with you guys, then I'll log off with the stream, and we'll plan for later.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Soon.
Bye.
Sounds awesome. Take care, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good
Good
night.
Good weekend.
See ya. Oh my God. Oh. Whew. Well, holy shit, guys. Holy shit. Wow, what a good story. I want this to be in my life forever. Okay, so that said, thank you all for being here. I hope you had a good time. Grandpa, I'm glad you liked it. Tiger Planet, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Northeast, good to see you here today, by the way. Thank you all for coming to hang out. This was great. This was great, and I had a blast. So we don't know when the next session is going to be. We have to do a lot of planning. We weren't even sure that this was going to go beyond 3 sessions, so we'll have to see how things go. If you guys like it, please let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. I will not forget to check Discord. Thank you, also, girl. But yeah, I would love to hear your feedback on Twitter, on Facebook, on my Discord channel, or just in the channel while I'm streaming or whatever. Please tell me what you thought. If you want to see more of that, please let me know. Great. That's it. That's it for me. I'm going to take off. I have tomorrow off, guys. It is my intention to stream Sunday, but I don't know if I'll be able to. We're going to have to check. It's up in the air right now. We'll see. But I should be back with you guys soon. I'm going to take off now. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I think you guys are amazing. Like, you guys are awesome. Have a great night. See you soon. I don't know. Keep your keyboards clean. I don't know what to say. Goodbye. See you later, guys.
You don't know the power of the dark side. The power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side.